Hello, everyone. So we are starting right now. Hello again. And for those that are just coming in, welcome to our first ever Cyber Talks with Jojo Global Community Hangout. And it's so nice to be in the midst of you all. Everybody here is special, and today is also a special day because I created this community not just because I want to have a community, but because I want a safe space where people can, get true friendship, beyond cybersecurity, where we can have a safe space, we can share resources, we can share opportunities, we can hold each other's hands and, go through this journey together. That's why I started this community, and it is so beautiful to see you all here. I was very surprised when I opened the link for people to join my community, and within like 3 days or so, we were heading to about 200 people globally, and that means so much to me. And like, I'm just so happy that I can finally create that space where more people can also come in to contribute, to make changes in the cybersecurity space, to grow in the cybersecurity space. And that is why we're here today. And I just want to say welcome to everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. Today is going to be a very, very interactive section, no too much structure. We're here to be ourselves. We're here to communicate. We're here to ask questions. And yeah, that's the reason for us being here. Nobody's teaching anybody anything. We're not coming to teach cybersecurity lessons, but we're coming to learn from each other. We're here to guide each other. We're here to, like I said, answer all the possible questions, share resources, very important. We're also here to share resources and opportunities. And I'm very much happy to have you all here. Thank you so much. Oh, I see all the claps. Thank you. Welcome, Amarachi. Welcome, Amide Joshua. So today we're going to be having two beautiful people that would share their story, and we'll also be opening the floor for everyone to ask questions and get response to their questions also. Please, like I said, it's interactive. Everyone can raise up their hands to answer any question at all. Feel free to contribute to this space. Okay, so starting off, I'll be introducing our first speaker that'll be coming on here to share our story and talk about how our cybersecurity journey has been. But before I actually do that, let me actually get to know you all. Let's do that first. Let's do a little icebreaker. Let's get to know ourselves. You can type in the chat box where you're tuning in from, and we can just like raise our hands. Since we're about 23, I think we can do a quick introduction of ourselves. Like, let's all one by one raise our hands up and introduce ourselves. This is a community. We're here to get to know each other first before we get into we go deep into everything. So Godwin Ogona, you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Please feel free to say the reason why you're here, why you joined the community, and yeah, please take the floor.
Thank you so much, Jojo. Yeah, good evening, everyone. And first of all, I just want to appreciate you, Jojo, for creating this community and also providing the opportunities and links to the free learning resources that you've been posting on the group since you created it. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
So I'm actually working right now as an Azure technical support engineer, but I want to switch to a cybersecurity career, right? So that is the reason why I'm looking for all available opportunity to just be better and to learn all I can in the field, and eventually get a job in the field of cybersecurity, and hopefully get to do what you are doing. as well, which is a co-create a space, right, a community, and have an influence in the cybersecurity space here and globally. See how I can help everyone as well too. So that is just a quick introduction of myself, and also so thank you so much, everyone. It's nice to
Oh,
be
thank you
here.
so much. Thank you so much, Godwin. Please, you guys can unmute and say something to Godwin. Let's say welcome to Godwin. You can either unmute, clap, say something. Welcome, Godwin.
Welcome,
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 welcome.
welcome.
Thank you so much, everyone. I really
It's
appreciate
so
that.
nice to have you in this space,
Welcome to
and
God.
together we can make your goal come to reality. Together as a community, you aim to transition into a cybersecurity role, and hopefully we all together can help you achieve that. And you're very much welcome for the resources. Please, so I would like to call David Ajuzi. I'm sorry I pronounced it wrong. I think this time around you teach me how to pronounce. So you can unmute yourself and then you can introduce yourself to the community.
Thank you so much. You actually were like me, so it's actually Fabia. So, hello guys. My name is David. We can call me David. Though. Well, I'm kind of like an entry level cybersecurity analyst. I'm specializing in pen testing. Yeah. So, I don't know. Okay, so full transparency. I don't know. I don't know whether this is like exciting to mention. So basically I've been going through like I've been going through like I have like the resources like I've going through like some training and everything, but it's getting overwhelming and everything. So I think I would like to know some things like, is it okay if like I can like possibly like after the internship I'll just like settle down and go through like courses myself. Like I feel like I need to go through more self-paced courses than all those like programs and internships and a lot after that, and do the courses. That's what I wanted to say. I don't know how that came up.
Okay, so nice to meet you, David. Welcome to the community, and hopefully we can answer your questions during the session when after introducing ourselves, and we can go deeper into like asking those questions we have in our hearts that we just want to pour out and get answers to them. Well, welcome. It's so lovely to have you here. We're increasing the number. I hope we'll be able to do this introduction for everyone. But Amide Joshua, please, you can unmute yourself and just introduce yourself briefly, and tell us why you joined the community and what you hope to gain from being part of this family.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you very much, Jojo. So I'll be following your LinkedIn for a while now.
Good
Where I
evening.
felt link to join the community. So I'm still at entry level. I just did my CC last week. So I hope to network in this community and learn more. Thank you.
It's so nice to have you here, Joshua. You're welcome. And yeah, hopefully you can get more like resources, you can get more exposure from being in this community. It's a community, and I expect all of us to be very contributive. It's a free community. And when I say community, everyone, we're here to like come together and contribute. So we're all pulling out resources from where we can find. No gatekeeping. I'm not one to gatekeep, and I want everyone in my community to do the same thing. Like just always, put out resources and be of impact to other people. So Nis King, YBM, you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the community.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Uh,
evening.
my name is Chinaza John Paul, so known as Nice King. I'm actually a newbie in cybersecurity doing my 4 months program at Intensify Africa. To be honest, it was like really amazing because this is all I wanted to do. So me pursuing my dream in this course, like in this cybersecurity, is really kind of like I'm really happy, to be honest. So I'm looking forward like meant of this the people that have been there. So to looking forward to them to know more about the cybersecurity, because at times it is confusing. But I know in this community, like, God will help us out. Thank you so much, Joan. Thank you,
Oh,
everyone.
you're welcome, Chinaza. Thank you so much for joining the community. Oh, it's so lovely to have you here. And you're so like, oh my God, I can already feel your energy to want to know more and learn more. Welcome, welcome. Savior Isaac, please, you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the community.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Joanne. Thanks for this opportunity. My name is Savior Isaac, and I'm also a newbie, should I say, rookie in this field. I've been following you on LinkedIn, and I've been inspired by your work. I've done some certification courses, but as long as I don't have a group or a placement yet to practice, I still feel lost. So I joined the community to learn, to access opportunities, to get my hands dirty, to practice, and also be part of people of like mind, of like passion. So that's why I'm here, to seek opportunities, seek a community, collaboration, and everything in between. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Sylvia. Welcome to the community. And definitely, we all are here to help ourselves. We're here to contribute to your growth and to your success. Welcome once again. Ololade Olaolu, you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the group.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Good morning, Joanne. Good evening, rather. Good evening, Joanne.
Good
I'm
evening.
so happy to be among these amazing people. I am a
We're very much happy to be with you too.
cybersecurity
Oh.
student, and
Is it just me or I cannot? Can anybody hear her?
I
Actually,
think she's
I
having
can't also
network
hear.
problems.
Yeah, I think she's having network issues. Okay. Ololade, please, if you can, let me just mute you so someone else can go. Okay, Favor, Shola Bumi, please, you can go ahead and introduce yourself to the group while we wait for Ololade to fix our network or our network to get better.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Yeah, my name is
Good
Favor,
evening.
and I'm excited to be here. So, currently I work as a technical support analyst, but I feel like I can do more with my abilities or with my skill set. So, I'm just hoping I can get mentorship and guidance on how to navigate myself in the cybersecurity space and be able to improve myself. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome, Favor. Welcome. Okay, so we'll just take this last person raising, and it would have been really nice for all of us to talk, but because of time, after Joy Young, please, you can introduce yourself. You can unmute yourself and introduce yourself. But let's introduce ourselves in the chat board so that we can go ahead to get into the real reason we are here today. Okay, Joy Young, please kindly unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the group.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ma'am. So I'm Joy Young, and I'm a newbie. I'm totally new to everything. I'm looking into transitioning into cybersecurity. So I'm glad to be a part of this community. I hope to um get necessary information and also mentorship direction on how to go about the whole cybersecurity part, as it seems I really don't know the right word to use right now, but everything seems, I don't know, but I trust that I would get the necessary directions and all I need.
You're in a
as a
safe
part of the
space, Joy,
community. Yeah.
and you're so welcome. You're in a very safe space, and you're very, very welcome. Welcome to the community. Definitely, I'm not going to say I'm going to be able to do everything you all want, but I'm going to definitely put in my best in guiding, in mentoring, in answering questions. Like I said, that's the reason why we created this community, and I want a very safe space where everybody can be themselves. Like any question at all you want to ask, any resources you need, if you know you're struggling with something, if you know you have an ongoing project or a project that you want to try and you just feel like, oh, you're not so sure you can do it alone, somebody in this community will assist you. We all are here to help ourselves. So this is a safe space, this is a happy space, this is a place for growth, for collaboration, and for impact. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much. It would have been really nice to have every other person like introduce themselves. Of course of time, you know, the meeting is for 1 hour 30 minutes, and we've already spent close to 30 minutes doing introduction and getting people admitted into the session. So I'll just briefly go ahead to introduce our first speaker that's going to come here and share our story. Please, you guys should remember, start putting down your questions, like any question at all you have about anything. Please start taking it down so we can communicate, so we can, like I said, this is a very interactive space. So I'll go ahead to introduce our first speaker, my able cyber lawyer, Ololade. Please take the floor. This is somebody I admire so much. She's done so much in the cybersecurity space. She's an incredible lawyer that is well focused and grounded in GRC, data privacy, cybersecurity as a whole. And it's so amazing to have her be a part of us and be a part of this community. So Oladayo, please take the floor and just like introduce yourself and, you know, feed us. We're here to listen and to gain from you. You're welcome, Oladayo. Please, everyone, please clap and welcome her, please.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, John. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
see you.
Hi.
Hi.
You're welcome, man.
Hi, Mom. Welcome.
I'm trying to remember some of the people that, introduced themselves. But yeah, hi, everyone. It's so good to have you here. Imagine 30 plus heads here. It's an awesome thing. Well done, Joanne. I mean, it's not easy to pull something like this up. You're doing amazing well. And I think I saw one of my cyber sisters. Goodness. Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is...
Hi, everyone.
Hi. My name is Oladayo Akimukun. Yes, so people call me the cyber lawyer because that's what I wanted them to call me, and that's how I positioned myself online. We are going to come to that. Well, let me just say this quickly. You determine the narrative. Whatever you want to be called, you have to let people know what you want to be called. You have to put yourself in that position to let them call you what you want to be called. So I wanted to be called a cyber lawyer. So everything I was doing and I'm still doing is around that. So even if you're not on LinkedIn or you're not on Instagram or wherever you think I might be, but people call me that outside. So by the virtue of that, you will hear, you can also automatically call me the cyber lawyer, even in the office. My line manager, who is, a very old man, said, Shebi, you are the cyber lawyer. So you determine the narration you want people to know about you. So that's the first thing I'm going to drop for you this evening. So yeah, I'm the cyber lawyer. I'm a lawyer, practicing lawyer in Nigeria. I work with Paul Lusora & Co. I'm a courtroom lawyer basically because I go to court almost every day to go and fight for people. Yes, I'm a lawyer. I believe by now you'll be asking in your head that what is a lawyer doing in cybersecurity? Why is she calling herself cybersecurity lawyer? Well, it's not far-fetched. It started when I was in school. The way the traditional law is in Nigeria, everybody is either going to property law or they are going to all those areas of law that seems to be very lucrative. Maritime, there's money in maritime. So that is where people are going to. But I knew I wanted to do something different. I knew I wanted to stand out. That has been in my head since I was in uni. That's that. Let me say 300 level. We started in 300 level, but I didn't know how to go about it. So I just decided to let me just flow with the flow. Let me just study. Let me just graduate well, and after that, I would figure out what I really need to do. But there was an urge in me that you are not doing what everybody is going to be doing. You're not going to be practicing, the trend, right? So that is how it started. It starts from you. What do you want? And the thing about it is you can get whatever it is you want. You can achieve it. Your hands can touch whatever it is that you want. So that is how we started. I was just a little girl. I was just an undergraduate then that wanted to do more, right? So as at that time, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was just moving with the flow. So as a cybersecurity lawyer, we review policies, we give advice to clients around cybersecurity frameworks. When there are issues, when it comes to privacy breaches, we go to court to fight for their interest, things like that. So that is what I do on a day-to-day basis. And basically, I think let me just introduce myself in that way. I don't want to go into the question and answer session just like that. So yeah, that's more about it when it comes to who is Oladayo Akimokun. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oladayo. Thank you for introducing yourself. But I actually do have like question, because I know that like there is more to that story. I know like you didn't just, yes, you were passionate about it, you wanted to do something different, you wanted to stand out, you wanted to, and then you have a very beautiful story. And I want you to give us more, because I know that so many people on this call right now, from the little amount of people that introduce themselves, and I know that most of the people in the community are people that are just starting out, and most of people actually also do not have that, cybersecurity background. Some people here might be, psychologists, lawyers, doctors, and then they are trying to, find their feet in the door. So I want you to actually like give me more tea, or give us more tea on how you got started, and like, give us how did you the struggles that you faced during your journey, and how did you overcome it? What were those tips and acts? What helped you through your journey?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let me now go into the story in detail, right? Yes, I didn't want to be just a lawyer. I didn't just want to be the property law lawyer that goes out there to fight for cases when it comes to land. I didn't just want to be a charge and bail lawyer. You must have heard that. They'll be looking around in courts looking for people that are in custody and they are trying to get their freedom. So on that spot, they'll just meet the lawyer, anyone. I didn't want to be that kind of person. I wanted to do something spectacular, something more. And like I said, I kept pursuing my academics then, because as then, it wasn't clear. And that's one thing about clarity. Because it is not clear yet, does not mean you should sit down in a place and do nothing. But the fact that it is not clear, that's the more reason you need to keep doing, because in doing, clarity comes. So I just kept doing what I wanted to do. I graduated well. As a matter of fact, graduated top 3 of my class. I went to the law school. I did law school, also graduated well, went for service. As at that point, nothing was clear. I was just doing my thing, right? But after law school, because I did my NYSC before law school, but after law school, I said, okay, it's time. Everybody knows lawyers will know how law school is, but if you have lawyers as friends, if they tell you about law school, just believe them. And also know that whatever they say, just times 200 in your head, just times it, because it's a battle of emotion, battle of physical, battle of spiritual aspect. Everything is just battle in law school. You will go to law school and come out a different person. So just imagine that in your head. And as soon as I resumed and as I finished my exam, my bar finals, and went back to base in Ibadan, I was just not settled in my spirit. I was not settled at all. I said, ordinarily, people said they were just going to go and relax. Some people will tell you after law school, I'm not even going to read anything on Billboard. I said it myself. But when I got home, I was not settled. I could not just sit down, be sleeping and waking up, be binge watching movie. I started out immediately. The first thing I did was to go to a law firm to go and register for law school. Graduate externship. As I was there, that's somebody that just came back from law school, already tired and exhausted. But I was not settled. I didn't just want to sit down. Then from there, I picked up an interest. Like I said, I told you, I didn't just sit down to wait for clarity to come. Clarity came in doing. I did like different courses. I tested different areas. I did, and at that point, it was clear that I wanted to do something in tech, something tech law. But in tech law, there are different areas. We don't just have one tech law. We have blockchain, we have intellectual property, we have fintech, so many tech law. I didn't know what to do. So at that point in time, I was taking different courses, attending different webinars, just like this one. You will see me in one internship today. The next day, I'm in another one. I was just testing waters. I did blockchain law. I did intellectual property law. I did fintech law. I was doing everything. I understood everything. But as at that time, you know, when you have not gotten what you want, you are not comfortable yet. I don't know if you guys used to feel it. Until I get where I want to get to, I don't feel that comfort. I don't feel settled yet. I don't feel that peace. So I was doing all these courses. I didn't feel what I needed. They were interesting. I loved them. But I didn't feel what I needed to feel. Then I stumbled on somebody's post. I was not even popular on LinkedIn then. To me, LinkedIn there was, what are they doing? They are just there to come and be, forming perfection, that was my mindset then. But it was on LinkedIn, I just saw somebody posted, oh, I finished this course on forage, blah, 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 like that. I said forage. I clicked on the forage page. I saw that, oh, their courses were free. So these courses are free. That means I can get anything I want to get on forage. And that's the truth. I don't think there's anything on forage. There's no course or no profession that you can't get on forage. You will see cybersecurity. You will see law. You would see business administration. You would see anything, everything. I went to forage. I registered. Then I stumbled on this White and Case. White and Case is a law firm in the US. They were doing internship. They enrolled there as trainer, and they were doing internship in cybersecurity law. I said, let me click on this. Let me try and listen and attend this lecture. It was a self-paced training, but it has time limit. So I clicked on it. They gave us scenario questions. When I read the scenario questions, from there they attached some materials. I went to read those materials. I loved what I was seeing. At that point in my head, I wasn't even done with that course. I said, I think I'm here. I've gotten what I wanted. Don't forget, it was in the doing that I got clarity. I didn't just sit down. That means that if I was not everywhere at that point in time, I might not have met somebody posted something about forage. I might not have entered forage's website to get to know about this White and Case doing cybersecurity law. So I clicked on that, studied that course, finished my assignment, did the presentation, did everything I was supposed to do, submit everything within time. Nobody was monitoring me, but the time they gave us, that's what I spent. And because in learning, if you really want to learn, you need to give yourself time, especially when it is self-paced. That's one thing I'm going to say again. Once it is self-paced, you need to give yourself time. Don't say, because we might tend to fall into that temptation of, Shebi, it is within my own time. Shebi, it is self-paced. I can do it anytime I want to do it. But the more you drag it, the more time it takes, and the more time you are losing on learning. So I gave myself that same time that they gave us. It did not pass that 12 hours that they said you should do it. And I make sure to finish that course and do everything that they told us to do. And from there, I knew I found what I wanted to do. But that does not make me a cybersecurity lawyer, because that's not all I needed to do. So I didn't stop there. I continued again. And that was where, the reason why I mentioned Goodness's name that I greeted is because what actually led to cybersecurity in full was what I saw on her status. She was a person that posted registration for CyberSafe Foundation. CyberSafe Foundation is a community for women, young ladies who are looking to break into cybersecurity as a professional. So it's a free community. So she posted about it, that the last day of registration, blah, 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 like that. When I saw it, at that point in time, I was back in Abuja for my call to bar. And there is also this procedure for call to bar that will stress your life out. We all know how Nigeria is now. There's nothing easy in this Nigeria. If you are doing a course, if you get admission, they will still tell you to enroll for different things. That one will take an extra month or extra weeks. So you know how it is in Nigeria. So the same way, when we go back to law school too, we have to, even after we have passed our exam, we're about to be called to the Nigerian bar, we still need to stress, to enroll, to do all that. And I saw a post on a WhatsApp status. When I saw it, that day was the last day to register for CyberSafe Foundation. Guys, I had every reason not to register at that time. I had every reason. I was on the queue under the hot sun, waiting for my turn. But when I saw it, I said, this is an opportunity I cannot lose. So under that hot sun, I was composing essay. You know, these NGOs that, you know, it is competitive. Like 20,000 people are registering at the same time, and they're just picking 500. So under that hot sun, I was composing my essay, writing, filling the forms under that same hot sun. And that's something about somebody who wants to learn. Like I said, if you want to get something, you will do everything to get it. And that's the difference between the 1% and the 99%. They would go all out. They will sweat. They would cry. They will bleed just to get that thing. Because other people are scared of doing it. Other people don't want to leave their comfort zone. But because they are ready to leave their comfort zone, that's why they are one of the 1%. So that day, under that hot sun, I was writing 200 words essay, another one, 300 words, doing all those things under that hot sun. And God will have it, I was selected amongst the 500. When I got my congratulation message, I thought it was the end, that, okay, we are starting training. I didn't know that I just started my battle. That's for someone that just finished law school, that's not even gotten healing from the trauma and the stress of everything. I was still healing. So I didn't know that I just started. So when they sent me the congratulatory message that, oh, you've been selected out of the 500 applicants, successful applicants, out of 20,000 people that applied in eight African countries. You know how they will elevate their listing. So they said 8 African countries, 20,000 plus registered. You're one of the 500. Wow, that is amazing. It was amazing to me. Then they now told us, okay, you guys have how many weeks? I think, was it 2 weeks or so? But it was already in December, towards the Christmas period, New Year period. You know how everything is hustling and bubbling. At that time, nobody's even thinking about work. Everybody's already in the holiday mood. I was also in the holiday mood. I was doing, as a matter of fact, because I was doing like 2 things at that time. I was not applying for a job properly. Oh, I don't know how to explain this because it's coming out of the inner part of me. I won't lie to you. That was 2022. I suffered. I suffered to be where I am today. That's why when I look back at that time, I'm grateful because all those struggle, all those also, they have brought me where I am today. But it wasn't sweet then. I suffered. As a matter of fact, I sacrificed my holiday. Thank you everybody for clapping. I sacrificed my holiday then. They gave us 2 weeks to finish they called it, was it pre-selection, blah, 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 blah. So out of the 500 people, out of 800 people, they still want to select some people. And it is that pre-selection course and test that they are going to use to select the people that they want to select. And they gave us timeline. And it was during festive period. But this girl, this girl that has a booming passion wasn't ready to give up. I sat down with my phone. Then I did not have a laptop. I didn't have a laptop. So guys, I'm telling you, the fact that you don't have a particular appliance at a point in time to do what or to pursue a particular thing you're pursuing does not stop you from doing it. does not stop you from doing it. If you need a laptop, go and borrow. I had people that went to borrow laptops to do some lab assignments. Go and borrow, right? So I didn't let that limit me. I didn't have a laptop. I only had my phone, and that phone then, safe. It's not like now that we are using good phone. That phone then, we were trying to package it, but that was what I used to do the course. I did the course. My younger sisters, they will look at me, they'll be like, big sis, why you sit? I didn't sit on my bed because I knew I needed time. I have a timeline. I didn't sit on my bed. I went to sit in the dining room. I sat down on that table with my back bent. I can't forget. I wish I had pictures of those moments so that I remind myself, but they are ingrained in my brain. I can never forget because I suffered. So I will sit down with my back bent over my book. I'll be writing, be watching videos, blah, 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 sitting for 5-6 hours. After that, I had to take my test. I gave myself a timeline, even from the timeline that they gave us. I said, I must finish this thing on the 31st. It must not enter 2023 with me because I knew I had a goal for that 2023. I wanted to get a job in January. So I knew I had no time to be doing one course again in January. Once my plan was, I'm going to finish this course, do the exam, and wait for their response so that in January I can face my job hunt. Okay. So I finished on the night of 31st. I finished all my course. I did the exam. We had 100 questions. My mom was in the kitchen preparing. You know how homes would be during such New Year Eve. They were shouting, pot and everything. I was distracted. There was distraction all around me. But this girl was not distracted. At some point, when my mom was calling, Dayo, I shouted at her. After that, I went to beg her. Emma Bini Mommy, sorry, I apologize. Because I was, at that point in time, my head was hot. And I wanted to be focused. But there was so many distractions around me. I shouted at them, please give me time. I told them, just give me 30 minutes. Let me finish this exam. And I did the exam. I had 86 or 89, but the cutoff mark was 70. So when I saw that I had 86, or I can't remember, probably 86 or 89, I just logged out of that place. I said, I'm done. Let me wait for their response. So like I said, I gave myself timeline. I didn't want it to enter 2023 because I wanted to do jump hunt in January. And that was exactly what I did. As at that time, I was still fresh out of law school, just called to Babu for job. So when I finished that, I waited for their response. I think Cybersecurity did not respond to us until late January. Yeah, it was late January. And as God would have it, see, whatever religion you're practicing, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, you can't take God out of the equation. I was giving myself timeline. I was doing the work, but I was also in faith. I held on to my faith. I told God, I said I needed a job in January and it must not pass. And it did not pass. I did like 3 different interviews or 4 different interviews. There was a time I had to go to Lagos in that same January. I had to go to Lagos from Ibadan and went back again to Ibadan. I did exam for 4 different roles. But eventually, one came. When it came, I went to Lagos finally. Can you see what I'm saying? At that point in time, it wasn't easy for me. Thank you, Joshua. It wasn't easy for me. I'm talking about sweat and blood. So it is going to take sweat. It's going to take blood. My parents my sisters, all of them, they were pitying me. Big sis, this is too much. Relax now. Help yourself. I said, relax and die in poverty. No. I need to work. After that, I moved to Lagos. And luckily, when I got to Lagos, the day I resumed, I think it was the following day or the weekend, the CyberSafe Foundation sent their email. Congratulations, you are finally selected, blah, blah, blah. We are going to fix an interview for you. They fixed the interview. I did the interview. I still passed. After the interview, they gave us number. We entered the CyberSafe Foundation school. Let me call it a school because it was a school. You people, the next challenge that I faced after that, don't forget, I just got a new job. I'm still trying to adapt to Lagos. I was still trying to adapt to Lagos. You know, imagine somebody coming from a remote place like Ibadan, coming to Lagos for the first time in her life. Just got a new job and is now going to enroll for a cybersecurity training, one of the toughest in Nigeria and in Africa. In my head, I was like, how am I going to do this? And that's where structure comes in. You need to have structure. Most people that you see, Joanne, that you're seeing, any big person, those people that you admire in doing well in cybersecurity, most of them have structure. It might not be a very formal or big structure, but they have things that they follow. They have ways that they do things. Okay. For me then, I was doing a 9 to 5. As a matter of fact, I had to be not 9 to 5, 8 to 5. I had to be at the office by 8 o'clock. So I wake up as early as 5 a.m. I have my bath and everything. I have to be on the road before 6 a.m. in Lagos so that you beat the traffic and all. So I knew that I needed to have a structure for studying, because that particular CyberSafe Foundation, they won't give you time to go and be sleeping around. Every of the courses that you are doing, they have timeline. If they say this course is for a week, it will not pass a week. If you like, don't do it. That's how most people they still cut out some people again because of that. So there's timeline for those courses. So you can't say, oh, I'm doing 9 to 5. I don't have time. I remember a very sweet night. This lady that is talking to you, I cried. Why am I crying? Why did I cry that time? I was tired. I was choked. At that point in time, I wanted to give up. I said, who sent me? I was at the point of giving up, which is to tell you that if you are feeling that way right now, it is valid. That feeling of giving up that you're feeling is very valid. There is nobody in cybersecurity today that did not feel it. There was a time I posted something around it on LinkedIn, and I saw top professionals saying, my dear, I cried too. So those people that you are seeing up there, they've had their down moments, that they were vulnerable. I was that night, I was vulnerable. I cried. Like, who sent me this thing? This is getting too much for me. So, but I didn't stop. Even though I cried, after I shed my tears, finished, I still carried, at that time, I got a laptop. I've gotten a laptop. I still carried my laptop. I still watch that course. I still read that stuff. And let me tell you something about that laptop. At that time, the laptop I got was not all this big laptop that has good RAM and ROM and everything. It was a legacy laptop. I said that because I'm going somewhere. It was a legacy laptop. That laptop had no capacity to be doing all this. I want to do a lab work on Cisco. I want to do lab work on. It was my friend, a friend that I met in CyberSafe, that was using a laptop. We would do video call. She'll be doing that lab test for me. And at some point, I had to also do some things in my office. My office laptop too also did some work for me. So I'm just telling you that the instruments that you're using is not a limitation. It can pose limitation to you, but don't yield to that limitation. Always look for a way out. Where there is a will, that common saying, where there is a will, there is a way. So always note that. You might not be capable at that point in time, but if you want something, you give everything to it to get what you want. So I passed that stage of breaking down, burnout. I passed that stage. And another way I passed that stage was because eventually I got someone who was able to support me. This is going to emphasize the point that you cannot take away the place of community when it comes to learning. You cannot take the place of community when it comes to learning. You need a community. And thankfully, we have Jojo that's come to bring a community of this nature for you guys. Everybody needs a community. Even as a professional now, I need a community. I'm still in a community. I still have people I run to. Help me. I'm stuck. I have people I'm vulnerable to. So you need a community. You can't survive. For the little time that I've yeah, Mohammed. For the little time that I have been in cybersecurity, I know for a fact the first advice I give anybody is join a solid, structured community. Right. And if there's no community that you have a mentor or somebody that is ahead of you. I have a lot to say, but yeah, let me break it like this. Have a community, join a community. If there is no community, have somebody that is ahead of you, like a mentor. And also have a peer, because there's something they call networking up, networking down, networking on the same path. That is, there are people that are above you, you network with them. There are people in your level, network with them. And there are people below you that you still need to network with. So that's how networking works. So network with those people above you for experience, for guidance, for knowledge. Then you network with those people on your level for support. Support. You people, you people are on the same level. You recognize each other's challenge. You recognize each other's weaknesses. Then you support each other. That is one thing that particular lady did for me, Broovy. She's one of my best girls now. She supported me. She was at my backbone then. I remember when we wanted to write a test, I was at work. I was going to court. I said, God. And that day was the deadline. How am I going to do this? Broovy said, Daniel, don't worry. You know what? I will write this test. I would, when it is time for you to write it, just put me on a call. And that was what I did. Imagine a poor girl that is going to court and still coming back to come around. When I came back, I just gave her a call. Okay, I'm ready now. Then we jumped on that call. She was looking at the question. Okay, choose this. You need people above, people on the same level, people below you. That's how people below you, let me tell you how they can be of help to you. They will challenge you to do more, because people below you, they will be looking up to you for more knowledge, right? And at some point in time, there will be a point in time that I expect everyone here to be pouring into another person, just like Joanne is pouring into you. And if you are pouring into another person, you can't stay empty. Imagine there's a jug, you have a jug of water or a jug of juice, because I like juice. Now you're pouring juice into your cup and drinking it. If you don't refill it, will there be anything in that jug? Of course not. So the way those people below you are going to help you is that the more that you pour into them, you are empty, right? So that means you need to refill. That means you need to keep studying, because there can be temptation to stay where you are. There can be temptation to not, I've arrived. Yes, I'm a cyber lawyer. Everybody know me. There can be that temptation. But when you keep pouring into people, you know that there's a need for you to refill. And that's why most times when people say, Oladaya, will you speak for us at this event? There was this internship that I finished last month or in May, right? They were students, law students. So law students came together. They said, ma'am, we want you to be one of our tutors for this 3 weeks internship. Oh, I said, no problem. Do you know why I took that challenge? Not like I don't have work. My work is choking. Law is demanding. But I knew I needed to refuel myself. And it was an opportunity for me to do that. So because I know I'm coming to speak with some people, I'm coming to teach some people, it will force me, even if I don't want to do it before, it will force me to go back to those courses, to go and look at those, books and all that. So that is why I see the need for networking downwards too, right? So network above, network on par, and network downward. Very important in this journey that you are in, whether you are mid-level cybersecurity professional or a rookie or a senior level cybersecurity professional. You need a solid network, a solid community. So these people supported me, and I scaled through, my sisters and my brothers. I scaled through CyberSafe Foundation, one of the toughest, I will repeat, one of the toughest cybersecurity platform in Nigeria, in Africa safe. I scaled through. I came out well. I had 85 overall points. I had 85 over 100. That's an excellent score. I came out well. I didn't just pass through that place. It passed through me too. And today, I'm who I am today. My cybersecurity training started from there. So after Cyber Foundation, another thing you need to learn, you don't stop at a place. So because you've passed through Cyber Foundation now, that means, oh, I've done all there is to do. No. As a matter of fact, it's a new challenge for you. You need to take up a new challenge for yourself. So when I finished Cyber Foundation, you know what I used to do? I give myself time to rest. So when I finished Cyber Foundation, when we started in February thereabouts, we finished in November. We did projects. We used to do project though. We do project. We do presentation. People, professionals from all over the world, they would be your panel of judges. They'll be judging you. Some people are raising their hands. Thank you. I will let you speak. So they'll be judging you whether you do well or you do not do well. Aha. So that's what I'm talking about. Professionals will come, they will listen to your presentation, they will tell you what you've done wrong, what you've done right. So we did all those things. So when we finished in November, guys, I gave myself rest. I didn't do anything in December. I told myself, I said, this one that I've had, let me go and use it first. Let me see what this one will give me. So in December, I was on rest. But you know what I was doing? Which is one thing I'm going to be talking about too. As I was going through that stress and journey, I was also showing people online, which means your story will not be known if you don't say it. You are not Femi Otedola. You are not Wole Soyinka yet. Although we will be them, we will be more than them. We are not there yet. So, automatically people would go and search for all these people. Even if they don't say their story, you go and look for that story. But because we are not there yet, people need to know that story. And they can't know that story if my mouth is shut. So I was online teaching people what I've learned. I was a lawyer, I was a practicing lawyer. So whatever happens in court that I feel, okay, let me narrate it, I will do that. There's a way I used to post on LinkedIn that, it's built my community too on LinkedIn. So at that point in time, I was still learning cybersecurity. But I used to say this to people. Some people don't know what you know. So that thing that you know, go and talk about it. That thing has given you edge over the other person. And in a way, if you don't know it, they are looking up to you just because you are a step higher than them in knowledge. That is how it is. Which is me telling you that don't, because you have not arrived yet. Oh, I'm not Joanne yet. I'm not Confidence Safely yet. I'm not Oladayo yet. I'm not Dr. Iretioluwa yet. I cannot start talking about cybersecurity. Oh, don't deceive yourself, my brother and sister. Talk about it. Let us see. Take us through your journey. We want to know what you are doing. What lab are you working on? What project are you doing? Tell us. What did you fail at? Put it there. Whatever platform you choose to. LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, whatever platform. I chose LinkedIn because, I wanted to build one first. But choose whichever it is that you're comfortable with. People will laugh at you at first, even though they didn't laugh at me. Don't forget, I was a professional. I was a legal professional, so they can't laugh at me. But it still depends on how you come forward, anyways. Whether or not you're a legal professional or not, it still depends on how you put out your content. We are not doing content creation stuff now. I would have given you some tips, but it still depends on how you put it out. People will make jest of you. Who cares? Just come and teach people. Just come and let people know your journey. So your journey has to be heard, and it first must start with you. So as you are going through that stage, okay, you are still a rookie, right? And as a rookie, what are you doing? Post it. You are in mid-level. Okay, mid-level. What knowledge can mid-level be posting? Post it. That is how I started. So from CyberSafe, I did some other internship. Another. I make sure that every year I am doing a particular internship, or I've joined a particular community. This year, I just finished with CyBlack. That was April. I don't know if anybody here knows about CyBlack or have been. It was rigorous. I wanted to die, but we are alive and we are breathing. So yeah, I make sure to do that all the time. So that is my encouragement to you. That is my story. And I believe that from my story, you've gotten some lesson. Yeah, thank you.
Oh my God, Oladayo, my able cyber lawyer. Hey, okay, you fed us. We are full. Thank you so much. I really just I wanted you to talk more on this story because I know there's a whole lot from your story. It's so inspiring, so much resilience. And I needed you to even go first because I didn't want to start saying, oh, let me share my story. I wanted
Xavier said you should just stop.
you to say get us in with your story, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. Your story shows the power of resilience, the power of pushing yourself, which I know so many people here were struggling with, like, okay, having to put ourselves out there, share our story, ask questions and all that. And that's what this community is for. And I'm very happy. Look at the chat button and see the way everybody is like talking about how inspiring this is. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much, Oladayo, for this inspiring section. So Rejoice, you can take your question. Like I said, I want it to be very interactive, but because of time, I'm still looking. Are you guys sure we'll not extend put more 30 minutes? Is it going to be bad if we do that? Because I have another question with a very beautiful story that I want you all to hear. And I said with us sharing this story because I want us to understand why I brought about this community, so these people can tell you reason why the importance of community and the importance of having people hold your hands. And I'm so grateful for you, Oladayo. Thank you so much. Rejoice, you can ask your question and then I can go in and share my story before we call our last guest speaker to share ours, and then we can hold gist and ask our questions in general. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Johan. Thank you so much, Oladayo. Your story was really interesting. So I have similar experiences with you, but I didn't say much at the front, right? But like you said something about resilience and getting your hands dirty. I started learning in March this year, and for me, I use TryAcne, and I have a mentor who sees me step by step. I've been able to build 3 solid projects, one on Active Directory, configuration, NAS routing, the other one, and I've done Nexus vulnerability, and then I'm still learning, right? And I find out that there's a lot that I still don't know, a whole lot that I still don't know, because I'm supposed to take the SOC level 1 and then the security engineer, right? But at the same time, Sakwa is strong. So at what point do you think that should I start putting myself out there? Should I start, okay, now the things that I've learned now, how do I apply it? Because somehow I feel I'm a pro. Some people are like, oh yeah, pro. But me, I feel I still don't know a lot. So there's imposter syndrome too. But at the same time, I don't want to be wasting too much time, because people say, oh, I broke into tech in 3 months, I got my job. And I'm wondering, with all these things that you have to cover, how? So at what time? Right now, I'm doing free internships. I'm just doing free internship to gain experience, just building project and all of that. So that's my question. What time do you know that you're ready? Were you fully confident about yourself before you applied? Because I don't want to disgrace my family people outside.
Who do you want to answer this question? Who do you want to answer this? I really like this question though. I really like this question. But Oladayo, take this floor. Let's get your own perspective first.
Okay. I would start by saying that the truth is there's no time that you will feel ready. There is no time, because you would always keep telling yourself, or let me say, there will be a voice telling you that, babe, you're not ready. Do you know what is out there? That voice is solid. Is in everybody. In fact, it's in me too. There are some things I want to do, I've not done, because I feel like I'm not sufficient enough. But guys, I know I'm sufficient, but it's just I'm still scared. But I'm still going to do them, and you guys will know. So there is no point in time that you feel like you are ready. I'll tell you a real life story of somebody very close to me. although he's a younger brother to me. I won't mention his name because some of you might know him. But do you know what I learned from this guy? Yeah, he did cybersecurity in school. Yeah, he's not even graduated yet, but yeah, that's what he's doing. So which means he has more leverage. But he had every reason not to be where he is now. We have over 1,000 students also studying that same course in that same school. But the opportunity that guy is having now, they do not have that opportunity. I'm talking about this guy that has not graduated yet. He's still an undergraduate, now working with a company in Canada, remotely. I'm talking about somebody that he did not apply for a role, but they will come and meet him and say, we want to give you this role. We are going to pay you. That is somebody that is not even, he's not a graduate yet. How many certifications does he even have? Maybe 1 or 2. Right. So what I'm trying to say, I'm saying this example because I want you to learn from it. This guy, one thing I've learned from him since I knew him is that he was always putting himself out there. But now, putting himself out there does not mean he's every day, he's posting on LinkedIn every day or on Instagram every day. No. This guy told me, I said, I noticed that you post only once in a month or once in 2 months. He said, yes. And I said, I noticed that whenever you post, it's always a banger. When I mean banger, I'm saying it always go viral. There was a particular one that he did. He said he created this platform, like it's an honeypot, right? As for the honeypot is to attract cyber attackers, criminals. And he did a live recording. I don't know how he did it, but he did a live recording. And within 2 or 5 minutes, like over 100,000 attackers were attracted. But do you know that he didn't stop there? He didn't just keep this thing to himself. When this guy came online to talk about it, the posts, I don't know how many reactions it has now. It didn't, at the time I looked at it, it was over 7,000 reactions on LinkedIn. And how many times did I tell you he comes online? Maybe once a month or once in 2 months. But when he comes, he's coming with something hot, something he has worked on or he's working on, which is what I want you to emulate. Yes, you've done, Wireshark, Nmaps, everything that all those technical things. I'm not really good in technical things, but yeah, all those technical things that you've done, you know them all. But have you thought about sitting down and doing a self-inspired project? Nobody sent you that guy. Nobody sent him to do anything on the portal. He just sat down and did it himself and did the live recording. As a matter of fact, he came to me and said, Dio, I want you to do the data analysis. I said, my dear, I'm not a data analyst. I'm a data privacy lawyer. So what you need from me, I can't give you because I'm not a data analyst. So he said, oh, that's true. That's true. He came to me to come and do that. So I'm sure that he has gone to a data analyst, a proper data analyst, to do a data analysis of it and came up with a report. He recorded a live session of, attackers coming to down reports. He posted it on LinkedIn. That is what people want to see. They want to see projects. They want to see what you're working on. So I'm telling you that you don't need to wait for an internship, because most of us, let us lie. Most of us, the internship that we are doing is just lie. You guys are just there to fill up your CV. But that's not true learning. Yeah, we know that people learn in internship. But I'm saying true learning. Most people is just for CV sake. That's why they're looking for internship. So to be on that CV, I've been an intern here. But is there true learning? This guy, we did Cyberlingo together. Yeah, probably must have been in 1 or 2 internship, but he has things to show that even without those internships, he has things to show. Do you know how many professionals came into his DM just because of that? As a matter of that even led to the Canada stuff that I just mentioned. So what am I saying? You might not feel ready, right? But that small thing that you know, how to use that tool, what you use that tool to achieve, do it. Show people online. If you keep quiet, like I said, if you keep quiet, everything you say about not keeping quiet. If you keep quiet, nothing will work. Nothing will work. Oh. He did something as powerful as that, but if he had kept it on his system, would everybody know that this boy did one honeypot stuff? Nobody will know now. That one has gone. But he did it. He showed it. You know what? When they say evidence day, evidence choke, that's what he did for us.
He choke.
So that's what I'm saying. We know that you know something. Okay, some people are even telling you, because the truth is you think you don't know, but some people are telling you that you already know. But if you want to be sure, if you want to be confident in yourself that you actually know, probably you take up projects yourself. Personally inspired project. You don't need any company to give you some projects. You sit down, do it. Do it. Start. Put it online. Let them see. They will come looking for you. That's one thing I know. Many opportunities have come looking for me because of something that I've done, and I showed my workings. There's this, he's a lawyer, but he's no longer in Nigeria. He has been in Germany for over many years, for like 10 years. But this man, when he saw my workings, he just came to me and said, I want us to collaborate on a project. Cybersecurity law in Nigeria is really, really not going through. Even in our schools, in our universities, there's nothing like cybersecurity law. But we're in that age where cybersecurity law is everywhere. He said, I want us to do a training, and it's going to be like an internship that we'll be doing every year. We did that one, we did the first one in March. The turn up was great. If you didn't see what I was doing, would you have come to me and said, let's collaborate? And that kind of person, I'm very sure there's nothing I asked that man that he will not do for me, because he has seen workings. Do you understand what I'm saying? So take up project yourself. Don't wait for anybody. Put yourself out there. Opportunities will find you. I'm sure. Opportunities will find you. The right thing will attract. People would say that you attract what you honor, but I'll say that you also attract what you do or what you show people. So that's what I will say, Rejoice.
Thank you so much, Oladayo. Rejoice. Oladayo said it all, but one thing I want to say to everyone, not just Rejoice, and I know we all struggle with imposter syndrome. By the way, I said I was going to review my new ebook on today's session, but let me just state it out to you guys now. I actually do have an ebook that I just concluded, and it's up for people to order, where you can actually not just read about my story, but about how I started getting opportunities. I might not be able to share my story in total. But one thing I want to say to everyone here right now is that don't hide because you feel like you do not know enough. Please, if we can drag our ears, let's do that. I got my first opportunity to do a project that I knew nothing about. Like when I say nothing about it, and I scaled through, I made my first, money from cybersecurity, not from an internship, not from a job, but from putting myself out there. And how did I do that? By sharing what I was learning, what I knew, sharing what I enjoyed. And I just want you all to know that, please do not feel like you do not have enough to share. Please don't hide yourself. Bring yourself out there. And that's why this community, I'm going to drag you people to make sure people are doing it, because we're going to have classes on all of us. We are rebranding ourselves. We're working on our LinkedIn together. I'm going to make sure I specifically do a class on that, where we would all come together and we are going to work on our LinkedIn profile together. I'm going to teach you guys on how to, schedule your contents, create contents around what you're doing, also how to put yourself out there. I have all that on my ebook. If you want that, you can also you can order my ebook and get to see all those, tea there. But still, as my community members, you all are going to be getting that from me also. I mentioned it during my Lagos Fiscal Hangouts, and I'm saying that again here. We're going to be getting so much impact from this community, and I'm very, very, very happy to have you guys here and have so many curious minds. Someone else is raising his hand, but let me give you guys a little bit of my own story. So in 2022, 2023, I was about to round up from school. I studied electrical electronics engineering. I was a good student, also trying my best. But when I got into uni, I had this, passion for electrical electronics. I wanted, when you enter federal school, and I just really wanted that. I'm going to finish with the first class. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to know how to do this, do that. I was very, optimistic. I was very happy about, being in school. And then I got into school and then realized that, even classes were begging lecturers, were finding lecturers. I started feeling so, demotivated to do anything. That was when I now, in my 200 level, I already started doing business. I was doing business in school. My mom sells chemicals, industrial chemicals, and we've always been very productive with our hands from the family I come from. And then I started selling liquid soap. I'll carry my mother's chemical from Ogun State. I'll carry to Owerri because I schooled in Owerri. I'll carry it that year, and then I'll make liquid soap. I'll sell in school. That was about I think in 2016, thereabouts. And then I was selling in school, and I started doing business. From there, I started cooking for people. I was doing cooking business also. So school was just very exhausting. Though I was still trying, I was still passing, but all those make I just read, make I pass, make I just read, make I pass, make I just read, make I pass. I wasn't enjoying it anymore. That optimism, that joy I came with, everything just died. Plus, our lecturers started disturbing me too. There's so many distractions, and I just got very tired of the old school thing, and I started doing business. From there, from cooking, I opened a farm. I had a farm. I went to learn microblading, I was just doing a lot. I was that business person in school. Like, if you ask, oh, do you know Joanne? They'll say, yes, that girl that does everything, that sells everything. One thing about me is that when I'm doing something, anything at all, intentionally, unintentionally, I always put in so much. Like, you will see me going all out, for whatever I'm doing. So I was doing all these things, and I was asking myself in 2023 when I was about to round up school, yes, your grades are okay. You graduated with yes, you're finishing with 2-1. You have this, you have a farm, you're always traveling to go and meet clients, you're making money, at least in a week. If I did not say like 400, 500K, I did not work. I did not put in effort. So I was seeing the money, but there's a feeling I wasn't getting, that satisfaction. I was still hungry. I still felt like, oh my God, this girl that's always had dreams to work with NASA and all that stuff. Like, where am I just going to throw all this away and at the end of the day just be doing microblading? I'm not saying that's bad. I still do my businesses on the side. Will I just be a farmer at the end of the day? And I was just, pondering on all this, and I met a friend at that time also. He lives in the US and is a GRC analyst, and we used to chat, and sometimes he would tell me like some issues. He'll say, oh, I have meeting on this thing, I have that, and he would talk about some procedures, and I would just like give a little insight, and he's like, this girl, you have a very strategic mindset, you should actually try to look into cybersecurity. I think you can actually do it. And I'm like, cybersecurity? Okay, no problem. So scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, I started looking for cybersecurity. I'll just type cybersecurity to see what will come up. And then that was how I saw the CyberSafe Foundation. So me and Oladayo were from the same from the same mommy. Our confidence definitely is our mommy. So I got into the whole thing. I looked at it. I'm like, okay, but they are saying only 1,000 women out of 2,000 people in Africa. Hey, will I get this thing like this? I applied and I got in. Long story short, I got in and I was excited. I was like, oh my God, okay. Since I've gotten in, that means this is a proof that I have, there's space for me here. I can remember when I said that thing, I was like, since I got this thing, that means there's actually space for me here. And I did not know anything at all about cybersecurity. Yes, I did EE. I understand a little bit of networking and masking and IP address and all those small things that they taught us from school. Even though they did not really teach us, we had to force ourselves through MIT YouTube videos to learn them and all that stuff. So I got in and I was really excited. But guess what, guys? I still had all these businesses. I was doing my final year project and everything. My story is different from Oladayo's own because Oladayo finished with them, but me, I was dropped off the program. 3 months into the program, I can remember I was in Lagos. I left school to Lagos to come and work on some businesses, and then it was the exam time also. I also didn't even have a laptop as at that time, and then like I couldn't just keep up. I couldn't keep up. And then I felt like a failure, I can remember the day they sent me the mail to tell me I've been dropped off from the program. I cried my eyes out. I still have a video. That was the first time I was crying, and then I videoed myself. I videoed myself because while I was crying my eyes out, Spirit just told me, remember there's space for you here, and you are somebody that you've always done things regardless of people holding your hands or not. Like you've gotten 3 months value from these people. So what will you do with that 3 months of value you've gotten from this place? Will you just let yourself down? Remember, you said there's space for you here. And then I went ahead and I'm like, okay, no problem. That night, I can remember I soaked my pillow. My boyfriend, I was crying to him and I was telling him that, oh my God, I feel like I failed. I don't think I can continue with this thing. But I still kept on encouraging myself. Even as I'm saying the negative, you still see me still, the next minute I'll say the positive. That's one thing about me. I always, no matter how down I am, I would always try to, bring in positivity, no matter how little it was. So I created my own roadmap for myself from where I stopped. I created roadmap for myself and then I started following it. I was doing my business during the daytime like this. I would go and walk, because I wanted to move to Lagos and I needed to pay for my apartment. I've always been a very independent person. My gra can be too much sometimes. So I wanted to pay for an apartment and I was like, okay, I need to at least work. And also I would work during the day. When I come back, I would sleep from 8 p.m. to like 11 p.m. and then I'll wake up, I'll read for 7 hours. 7 hours doing this thing. It was extreme. Please, I'm not saying people should follow this path, but I was now very hard on myself. You'd see me 7 hours, 7 good hours. I would be on my boyfriend because I was borrowing laptop too. I'd not gotten laptop. I was still borrowing. Please borrow me your laptop. Please borrow me your laptop because I needed to get a place. I had other priorities. And when I was in school, as I was making the money, I was enjoying myself. I was eating my money. So I had little to no savings instead of me to buy laptop. So that was how I started my journey on my own, and I was just pushing myself. And every 7 hours I would read every day, and then I was like, okay, what else? What will I even do with all these things that I'm doing? I'm like, LinkedIn. I opened LinkedIn. I think in 2020, I'll be 2021. It's just there. Okay, let me start posting about this thing. But LinkedIn looks like somewhere that is too this thing. Can I even post on LinkedIn? Said okay, no. So one day I finished, I paid for the Google Cybersecurity certification and I finished it within a month because of the way I was going 7 hours every day. Even my friend Harriet, she's on this call, she was like, oh my God, John, I've not seen you put in, even when you were in photo, you did not read for your exam like this. Like, why are you, but even though she had those questions, she was still very encouraging to me. And, I finished the Google Cybersecurity certification in less than a month. And I just went on Twitter and I just posted, oh, I finished the Google Cybersecurity certification in 4 weeks. And oh my God, I had over 22,000 impression in less than 24 hours. What is going on? Like, my Twitter that was abandoned because I've not really been a social, even if I was a social media person, yeah, it was just Instagram because I used to do brand. I was doing everything, even brand marketing I was doing. I used to work with different brands. I used to create content for brands and all that stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, is this real? I don't even know how to use Twitter. I don't even know how to use Twitter. How is this happening? And, that was, I started seeing people even asking me questions and all that. But let me even take you guys back a little bit because when I was dropped from the program, and I was, trying to learn on my own and everything, that was the time, yes, I opened a Twitter account for the first time. And because my friend told me about Spaces, that people used to hold something called Spaces. And I used to see her sometimes in the evening, she would just on her phone and be listening to Spaces. And I'm like, okay, so I downloaded Twitter and I opened Twitter account and I came on it, and I was the only thing I was searching because that was the only thing that was of my interest was cybersecurity. So I typed cybersecurity and I think I saw somebody that was holding a space. I think it was Desola, or I can't really remember the name of the person that was holding the space, and I said, okay, I will join the space. So on that space, Sherifat Akinwumi was there, and that was how I met my mentor. And how did I meet my mentor? By speaking. So people were asking questions on the space just like this, and then they allowed me to speak, and I just shared my story. I was very vulnerable on that space that night. I talked about what I've been doing, the things I've achieved, and I've achieved them on my own, and I really don't know if I'm doing enough or if I can start applying for jobs. And she just unmuted herself. I said, please check your DM now, Joanne. I'm going to mentor you. I'm giving you free mentorship. I'm going to guide you. You remind me of myself, you're this, you're that. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not even doing this much. Oh my God. And then, that day she texted me, we exchanged numbers. She started following up with me, every single time she was following up with me, checking on me. Oh, what are you doing now? She was even like, in fact, with what you've done, okay, let's start working on, bringing you to Canada and everything. And then I'm like, okay, is Canada really my plan right now? No. But how can I actually make impact amongst, every other person in this space? Because I felt like, okay, yeah, I've been through this, but there are so many people going through it too. So many people come and share their journey and talk about how they passed cyber safe, they finished in 12 months, they did this. And I'm like, me, I couldn't do it. I can remember that time I would see people like posting about, and then me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm still, struggling. But what self-learning and taking myself through the journey helped me with was it helped me build so much resilience and so much confidence, even though I did not really know anything. And thankfully, to the help of my mentor, Sherifat, I would always give her that credit, even though she was always busy and all, she still, checked on me and she was always there for me. So resilience was like my driving factor. I don't even know where I got the strength from. Imposter syndrome was there every single time. I felt like I wasn't doing enough. Now, time now came because Sherifat was gingering me now that I should apply for internship. I now started applying for internship, and it was like, I'm not even doing enough because nobody was. I say, Shebi, I've done this project. Shebi, I've done this one. I would take projects. I would document it on GitHub. I would put it in my CV. I was doing, everything, and then nothing was showing forth. I wasn't getting any internship. No, they were not accepting me into anything. Sherifat, to talk to some of her friends she has in Nigeria. Nobody was accepting me. I started feeling like I wasn't doing enough. I did not know enough. I don't even know anything. Why am I even pushing for this thing? So that time came and I was just like, oh my God. And then that was when my friend came. I was like, well, this one that what have you done with it? This small one that Shebi, you know how to do network configuration. What have you done with it? What have you gotten from it? And I'm like, okay, I've not done anything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start documenting myself, not because I didn't want to do it because I thought people will follow me or people will know me. I just started talking about like the things I'm doing on my LinkedIn. I started facing LinkedIn, and that was how I started posting on LinkedIn. Sometimes I'll have one like, sometimes two, but I wasn't posting because I needed likes. I was posting because I was just putting it there as like my own. That was my own, place of documenting my own story and journey. So that was why I was doing that. And time came for me to do my NYSC. I got into Huawei. I was posted to Huawei, and the onboarding day after the whole training and everything, HR was trying to split us into groups, and me, I like to dress. I like to dress. Anyway, you see me, I always like because doing business, that's one of the things doing business exposed me to meeting people and having clients. You always have to, dress and pack. So I looked very nice. And I wasn't looking like a copper all through my time in Huawei. I never looked like a copper. So the woman didn't even know I was like I just ran to her and I'm like, madam, this. Please, I'm a cybersecurity professional. I never put myself as an enthusiast or aspiring this thing. That's another thing we need to stop. All those aspiring enthusiast things that we used to put in our profile, please let's take it down. As long as you start putting yourself through the journey and the path, you are a professional. You are a professional. So I told her I'm a cybersecurity professional. I've done this, I've done that. I listed everything. And she was like, you know what? Our company, we're big on cybersecurity, and our cybersecurity team, somebody just left, and we actually, she was just like, Boza just left, and we need a blah blah blah. You know what? I will talk to them. And then she went upstairs just to come back to the floor, and she's like, come, let me take you to your new team. And that was how I started working in cybersecurity. I got my role as my NYC role in cybersecurity. Unfortunately, I was happy, yes, but at some point, I started feeling like, yes, I want to do cybersecurity. I have the space. But then again, as God will have it, when a place is not your own, God will always look for a way to carry you away from there and just put you in the right place. And my bosses, that time, they really loved me. They were always happy to have me around. They wanted to retain me and all, but there was no space in the there was no space in the department as a whole in AMS, and they said, oh, they have to move me to, because since I did electrical electronics and it's a telecom company, I did telecom, I specialized in telecommunication, so they wanted to move me to OSS department, telecoms, to just do normal telecoms. And I said no. I just told myself no. I can remember we were in a meeting when I told my boss, I said I'm going to have to leave, because like my purpose, like I found my purpose, and I just feel like it's really attached to cybersecurity. And I am somebody that, like, when I'm doing something, like I said, I put my goal all in. And then I realized that I can't be doing this one and still be trying to do cyber. And then I asked myself, okay, how am I going to position myself now that, you know, I'll be able to get not just opportunities, I'll be able to, you know, also make money, because I cannot be saying cybersecurity professional and I cannot eat now. I'm not getting anything from it. Though money has never been the driving force for me. But then at some point I was like, if I leave this job now, at least I need something that will be feeding me. So that's how I started posting more on LinkedIn. I started doing more projects. I said, okay, let me start teaching people. It was when I was in Huawei, I started creating cybersecurity awareness content. And then I realized people actually loved it. And I like to talk. I like to have conversations. That's why I said, in fact, that time, I think LinkedIn was not even, a lot of people were not doing video formats posting on LinkedIn. But me, I will just post it regardless. Because remember, my mindset was I'm doing it to document for myself. I'm not doing it for anybody. But people start loving it. People start, you know, messaging me, oh, come on, can you come and speak? I'm holding a webinar. Come and speak. Come and do this. Come on. And then all those little wins was like, so, I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. This one, that one. And then I remember I also got opportunity to write ISO 27001 lead implementer exam for free, you know, just by being myself and, you know, posting about my journey and sharing the resources and things and knowledge that I knew. And, you know, doors started opening gradually. At some point, the door closed. It was like nothing was happening. I'm like, okay, how do I make money with this? And how do I get clients? I want to start getting clients. I want to help small businesses. Cybersecurity is something that more awareness, more has to be done in this space. And I was like, how will I be of impact? How am I going to? And then I just told myself, okay, no problem. I'll continue what I'm doing. Like that, I got my first project. Somebody reached out to me. Oh, I love what you do. We're having this and that. I'm opening. I just started my AI company in Canada. I can't really pay you guys so much, but if you be a part of the team and do this, do that, and then it's like, okay, but we need to get ISO 27001 certified for us to be able to do some certain things. And he said, can you? He asked me that night. He said, can you do it? I said, yes, I can do it. At that point, I just finished learning. I just wrote my exam. I've never done any project on that. I don't even know how the implementation, apart from on book, I don't even know how the implementation goes on the normal day. That's how immediately the power of what having people and networking and collaborating. If there's work, but me, I don't know. I don't know how to do this thing. That was how the both of us came together. We did the project. He made his money. I made my money. Everybody went their way. And that was like the first time I ever did something. And I'm like, oh my God, I just made money from this thing. I just made money from this thing. And, you know, it was really exciting for me. And that was how I started opening opportunities. So like I said, my ebook is out. You all can feel free to order it. I'll drop the link in the chat box. But this is my story, and this was how Cyber Talks with Jojo came about. I started calling myself Cyber Talks with Jojo. Yes, and Cyberlingo. Thank you so much, Ido. Thank you so much, Toby. And that was how Cyberlingo, Cyber Talks with Jojo, and every other thing that I've done. And the drive to make more impact, is just there. The fire is burning, and this community, I know that by God's grace, we're going to do so much. In fact, there's a lot to explore in the cybersecurity community, in the cybersecurity space as a whole, rather, and we are going to do it. And I'm not going to do it alone. I'm going to do it with you people. I'm going to do it with all of you. We are going to hold our hands. We are going to achieve. We are going to do great things. We are going to make money. Somebody say amen. We're going to make money. We're going to make money, and a lot of it. You know why? Because we are deserving of it. Because we put in so much work. Last week, I barely got enough sleep. I barely slept. You know, even by 3 a.m., I was having meeting. I posted something about, you know, I posted something about us having the curriculum, cybersecurity on secondary school curriculum. Guess what? People reaching out to me from Canada, from UK, how can we make this happen? I've just been having meetings on that, and I'm like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. When they say, please, can we talk now? Because of the timing, I will be awake. Oh yeah, let's talk. And then people are coming in on it, and I don't want to do this alone. I want to still do it with my community. Those are some people are in Ghana. I know some people on this in this community are in Ghana and Cameroon and this. We are going global. Africa, we are changing the cyber security. Me, I like to do things that pass my power. That's what I like to. I like to do things. I like to carry heavy load because it just shows me how much as a human being my my resilience and my mindset can take me, not because I have the strength, but because up here, as long as I keep thinking it and I keep doing, that's the most important thing. Like Oladayo said, doing. There is clarity in what in doing. So let's keep doing and let's keep pushing forward. So now I think now we can take a few questions before I bring on the next speaker to share a story. Thank you all so much. Godwin, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jojo, for sharing your story. It's truly been a very, very inspiring story, and it's different from the story that was shared previously, but the core concepts that I've learned are quite similar, which is perseverance and learning through hardships. Even though you were dropped from the program, right, you still didn't give up and you still went ahead to share your story and got more opportunities. So actually my question is I work a 8 to 5, right, Monday to Friday, and sometimes often you share opportunities in the WhatsApp community you created, right? You shared free resources to learn, and having not wanting to pass on these opportunities, I sign up to them. And once I sign up to the courses or internships, most of the opportunities, right, I see that there are a lot of them, and when I sign up to everything, it's kind of a little bit overwhelming. I have a 9 to 5 job that don't really give me much time, and I have to go to work in transit, spend some time in the traffic, and then having to come back. How do I manage joining one course, joining one internship, or the other? And also, I'm actually studying for SC 900 Microsoft certification. So I'm not sure if I got the name right. Oluwadayo talked about structure, having structure, but didn't really elaborate on that. So I would really like to know if, is it all the opportunities that get posted you jump on because you don't want to miss out on an opportunity, right? Or you just pick and choose which one and you dedicate your time to it, and then how do you structure yourself in order to ensure you complete these courses that you're signing up for, and you're trying to get something out of.
Thank you, Godwin. That's a very beautiful question and quite intelligent one. Thank God we are both in the same shoe. 9 to 5 workers, we know ourselves. The truth is, we have every reason, especially if you work in person, I mean physically. Most of us don't have the luxury of working online or remotely. I don't have the luxury. So most of us don't have that. But yeah, that's a valid excuse. I used to tell people, your excuse can be valid, but if you keep giving those valid excuses, you might be full of regret in the long run. So what do you want to do? Would you still stick to the regret of not doing anything, or keep yourself struggling and trying so much to achieve what you want to achieve? The pain of discipline is better than the pain of regret. That's just how it is. So yeah, we have valid excuses. Godwin, you have every reason not to do anything you are doing right now, but you are doing it regardless. So one thing I would tell you is, see, there are many materials online. There are many platforms online. But you know what? They are just noises. You need to block your ear to pick that one or that two that you can stick with. That's just what I would say. There are many noises out there, but you need to block your ears to pick the one or the two that you can stick with. This year, I told you now that I just concluded Cyberlingo internship, right? At that point in time, I was not doing any other thing than Cyberlingo. When I started out in cybersecurity, I almost fell into that trap of being everywhere. Because the truth is, if you are everywhere, you are nowhere at the same time. That's just how it is. So Joanne can be posting many resources, but she's not posting all the resources for you to use everything at the same time. Understand which one fits your goal. And that's one thing about learning. You need to know. See, you need to understand what you want to achieve. When you listen to Joanne, one thing that stood out for me, she knows her purpose. It's very important. This is not motivational speaking. No. You need to know your purpose. You need to know it and recognize it. So, out of those many resources, which one fits that picture, that bigger picture that you're looking at? They will post 100 resources. You will see people on LinkedIn, on Twitter. These are 100 courses to learn GRC. These are 1,000 courses to learn. You will see many, but don't be running after all, because you will not achieve anything. Stick with one that fits your purpose. So that's on the one hand for the first part of your question. So stick with one or with two. Look at your own time. The time that you have, how many can you afford to attend to? Because for me, there's one thing I tell myself: whatever I find doing, I must do it well. So if I know that I can't do 2 courses at the same time, let me even give you an example. In 2024, I applied for a program. It was a data protection program for data privacy lawyers and professionals, but it's an African-based program. And at that time too, I got in. But at that time too, I also got another opportunity for a particular program again. So when I looked at it, I felt like which one is tweeting towards what I want at this point in time. And I saw that other one was the one that is going to push me further into my purpose, or push my goal further, or make my goal, come to pass better. And I now saw that, okay, and this program that I want to let go, they do it yearly, right? That means that even if I miss this opportunity today, or this period, this point in time, I will meet another opportunity another time. Do you know what I did? I just wrote to those people that I'm going to drop out of the program, that there's another one that I need to do. And coupled with the fact that I'm doing a 9 to 5, I can't undo both of them together. And they saw reason with me. And yeah, we're fine. That same program, I eventually did it late 2024. And as a matter of fact, I was a group leader. As a matter of fact, my group came first. We were the best group. So that's just to tell you that there are always time for things. So pick the one that is pushing you closer to your goal, to your purpose. Pick it. If it is Cisco course, pick it. If it is Cybery, stick to it. If it is Coursera, stick to one or stick to 2, as much as you can take in at that point in time. It's just one with this your 9 to 5, my brother, stick with it. And if you need guidance on which one to choose, thank God you have this Cyber with Jojo community. Ask them, which of this platform is best? What can I get in this platform for those people that have used it? So that you will now choose the one that will fit more, or that fits your purpose better, and stick with it. That's on that part of choosing. No, don't run after everything. No, I won't advise that. Don't run after everything. You can lose that one at that point in time, but it will still come back. There will always be an opportunity for you to meet that same one that you felt that you lost. So don't run after everything. If you are everywhere, you are nowhere at the same time. Now, on your structure, Structure works for everyone, depending on your own schedule and your own person. If you are not a night person like Joanne, that she was reading 7 hours, don't our stories are different. Can you see that we both just mentioned our story, but they are different, right? But you will learn a common concept or a common thing. That's just how it is. A unique story to each person. That's how life is. That's how it is designed. So the same way, your timing is different. Your schedule is different from mine. As a matter of fact, your role in your 9 to 5 is different from mine. Do you understand? So you need to understand all these things. What time works for you best? Are you that kind of person that when you get home from work, you can still do like 2 hours reading? Are you that kind of person that if you come back from work now to sleep, remain, nothing can enter? So you will know that, I have to do whatever I have to do before I leave my house in that morning, which means you have to wake up earlier. If you instead of waking up by 5 or 6 to prepare for work, that means you might be waking up by 4 to do what you want to cover. So that is what they call structure. Structure is allotting time where you're supposed to allot time and giving yourself a goal. Okay, I must listen to this 30-minute video. I must watch this 30-minute video today. You watch it. So that is structure. And inside structure too, there's what they call diligence. You need to be diligent with it. Be realistic with your structure. I must say that first. Be realistic. If you know that on the whole 24 hours, from what you are doing, your transit to wherever you're going to, you cannot have more than 1 hour to do other things that you need to do. Just that 1 hour, plan it well. Don't go and say, I want to do like Jojo, 7 hours. We are different from each other. Jojo, I thank God for her strength. I don't have that kind of strength. 7 hours for where?
For where?
After the Lagos shake. No.
I just wanted to push and just, when you just want to find one space and choke your head.
So yeah, if your own time is not 7 hours, if it is just 2 hours, that 2 hours, plan it well. Okay, I must finish this course, this particular topic in 2 hours. I must do this lab test or lab whatever in 1 hour 30 minutes. That's how you do it. Realistic structure. Secondly, diligence. If you don't force yourself, it won't happen. Recently I have been lazy. I know I have work to do. There's a work I need to do, but I have not done it. But I know that I'm going to sit down with it and do it, right? But don't be like me. Be diligent, because the time that you have spent, the time that is wasted, it can't come back again. It has gone. So you need to do what you need to do when you need to do it. So be diligent. Number 3, for your structure to work, have an accountability partner. It is to have somebody. Thank God you have a community, right? You reach out to somebody. I want to do this. I want to take this particular course in a month. Please, you be my accountability partner. Let the person be your accountability partner and be accountable to the person. So those are the things that you need to put in place. Put in structure. That's the structure I'm talking about. It's not something big. No, it's not something big. The structure is look for the time that fits and define what you want to do within that time. If it's just 2 hours a day, define what you want to do and do it. That's just how it is. So that will be my word for you, Godwin. The Lord is your strength. I'm rooting for you as a fellow 9 to 5 worker.
Thank you so much, Ladayo. I appreciate that.
Okay, well done, everyone. So I think it's best we take all our questions. Let the last person just come and give us a little brief, or let us share a story too, because I want to. I own is another. In fact, I even had her own story. We're cooking pepper soup. She invited me to her house. Let me even expose this now. She was like, we had like a little date. The first time I met this person, I met her at the conference, and then somebody just said, "Cyber talks with Jojo." I say, "Hey, God, my name. Somebody is calling me." That's the first time somebody ever I'm like somebody knows me. That the same day, I still met other people that called me Cyber talks with Jojo. I was like, "Oh my God!"
I remember that's what I called you when I met you in church.
So guys, let me even expose this one in the community. Oladaya, I've been seeing her post on LinkedIn, but guess I met her in church. I met her in church. She just called me, Cyber Talks with Jojo. She said, is this not Cyber Talks with Jojo? I'm like, hey, on your they know me. And I'm like, okay, this is nice. So we spoke, and that was the first day we met. So this person, this amazing sister of mine, we met at a conference. She said she came to that conference because she saw that I was coming, and then she wanted to meet me in person. And she was like, she was holding back from talking to me and all. And she has a very beautiful story. She has a very, very beautiful story, and I think I want my community to listen to her. So I hope she's still on this call. Let me call her to come and speak. Okay. So Temitayo, please, if you're on the call, please unmute yourself.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Joanne. Thank you for that expose. How are we all doing? Oladayo, your story. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Oladayo, your story is so, oh my God, so heartwarming. I mean, it's so good to hear.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
wonderful. And honestly, you ladies have done justice to this topic. You've broken down everything. You've explained to them how to start. Yeah, so I'm just gonna come in for, I don't know if there's anybody on this call who is married, who have kids. So I think I will come in from that angle, because some people I think I heard most people saying, oh, out of the university, 7, I need to do this. Okay, so I think that's where my own story is different. I came into cybersecurity as a full-blown woman with kids, having been married for almost 10 years and what have you. And prior to coming into cybersecurity, I had lectured. I was a lecturer for 7 years. I had my life set for me. I kind of had what I wanted to do. I grew up in the university setting, so I thought I would be a professor. And that was what I was aiming and gunning for. But after a couple of years, I kind of reached the end of me. I felt like, what's more to life? I stopped dreaming. I didn't have any more aspiration. And that was when I started asking questions from people, and I got talking. And before coming into cybersecurity, believe me, I tried so many other things. I tried product management. I tried project management. I knew I have a thing for tech because I'd always been a science student, and then I transitioned into art. So I could go on and on. I knew I can do something in tech, but I didn't know what. So I began to talk to people, and there was this day, I think it was on the 13th of June that year. I got talking with a friend of mine, and I was like, okay, you are doing this cloud, this cloud thing, Azure and everything. Tell me more. What exactly can I do in tech? And so she got talking, and we talked for almost 2 hours. And she started telling me, oh, you can do this, you can do this. And then she mentioned cybersecurity. And I was like, okay, I think I love this. And it seems I have a lot of transferable skills. I don't know. Something just happened to me when she was talking about cybersecurity. And so I went home that day. After the call that day, I started researching. I started reading about it. And the first thing I did was I took a free course. I think it was a Google course. And then I also took a Cybery course. I began to take courses on it because I wanted to know more about it. And the next thing I wanted to do is, okay, can I speak to somebody who is already in this industry who can help me? And I began looking out for people, who is in that industry. And basically, that was how my story started. Basically, I took the bull by the horn. At this time, I was still working. I was still lecturing in my university. So this thing that the ladies have been saying, that your free time, you just need to use that free time. Sometimes you might have to sleep late. Sometimes you might have to wake up very early. But if it's something you want to do, you would do it. And I began to research more. I began to read more. And that was basically how my story started in cybersecurity. So, but I think my story is quite different from Oladayo and everybody, because I transitioned into cybersecurity at a time where my life should already be set. I was looking to becoming maybe a professor or something. And all of a sudden, I started from interning at a company. So now I work as a GRC analyst at a company called Exclaim Labs. So I work fully as a GRC analyst, but still the journey is not easy because I had to take a pay cut. Yeah, I had to take a pay cut. Honestly, it's crazy. But I'm thankful to God for where I am today. I took that sacrifice, and it's like I was telling you, and I said it was as if I jumped at the deepest end of the sea, and When I resigned at my job, because I knew if I didn't resign at my job, I wouldn't give it 100%. I wouldn't give cybersecurity 100% because, you're still earning, you're comfortable. But when I resign at my job, it's either I succeed or I succeed. And so that has been something that has been driving me. And so for me, it's not just, because I want to be successful. It's because I want to be impactful. I want to not regret my decision of having to leave my job. I want my children to see me and be like, I'm proud of you, mommy. So there's so many things chasing me and why I just want to be successful. So coming into the industry, aside working, one thing I've also started doing is putting myself out there. Thanks to Joanne, she really helped with that because I'm a quite shy person and introverted. But I met with Joanne and then she was like, you can do this. And that was how the Relatable Cyber Girl started. So I call myself the Relatable Cyber Girl because I talk about cybersecurity concept in a way that is so easy to understand. And that was how that started. I started putting out videos on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and it's been good so far. It's been good so far. I know the journey is still far ahead. So just to add to what the ladies have said so far, because they've actually done justice to everything, I'll just say that you need to start with curiosity, the way I did. I just wanted to know more. And then I began to read and read and read. So you need to start with curiosity. Don't become complacent. It's super easy for you to become complacent. Oh, I can do this now. Oh, I can, like she said, I can use Wireshark. I can do all these things. Don't get comfortable. Another thing is you need to learn. Unlike every other industry that trends don't change as often as possible, cybersecurity is not like that. Things change daily, so you need to continuously learn. I'm happy we are all in this community. Community is key. You need that community. You need that mentorship. I mean, mentorship does wonders. It does wonders. So, and how can you get somebody to mentor you? I know that's one question everybody keep asking. You need to be resourceful yourself. You need to be helpful. Watch out for people keenly. Watch out for them. And if you see just a little loop, like if there's something they're not doing right and you're very good at it, volunteer yourself to help them with it. And by that, they will be able to, take you on as maybe a mentee or something. Another thing I just want to say is be patient. This journey is going to take a while. It's going to take a while. So you need to be patient. There are days where you will cry. There are days where you'll be like, oh my God, am I even doing the right thing? No, those days will come. Yeah, those days will come, but just be patient and keep at it, keep growing, keep learning. And another thing I also want you to know that this industry is so it's such a great industry to be in. I mean, people have known about medicine, engineering for thousands of years. I mean, cybersecurity is still just a baby. If you look at the number of years where it all started, it's still just a baby. So you can actually find your feet in this industry way better than any other industry, if you ask me. So that's what I'm saying, that just stay at it. It might prove difficult at the beginning, but just stay at it. And another thing I have is make sure you have a thorough knowledge of the fundamentals. So yeah, take the fundamental exams, take free trainings, and just like Oladayo said, you can't do everything. No, you can't attend every boot camp. You can't go for every training. You can't take every course. Just take what, like for them, they went through Cyber Safe and Cyberlock, right? That's Dr. Iriti. Yeah, I went through Tech for Dev. I went through Tech for Dev. I took their boot camp. I took their training. So there's so many organizations doing things like that. Tech for Dev, Cyber Safe, Cyberlock. Coincidentally, I was actually at Cyberlock's conference last year. Yeah, the one they had in Manchester. I was actually there, and it was really good. So you get to meet a lot of people. So yeah, just start from somewhere and don't overwhelm yourself, but make sure you're learning continuously, be hopeful, be patient, and please put God first. God is going to help you in this journey. So I'm just going to stop here. Thank you.
Wow, Kimitaya, thank you so much. Just put God first. So please, anyway, you know how you reach your God, make sure you reach out to him, because this journey, it needs a lot of God presence in it. Trust me, it does, because there will be days that it will be very overwhelming, very, very overwhelming, but we have to keep going. I think I'll just share one of the secrets and habits that I do. So I make sure that every single day I listen to something cyber, I do something cyber, I say something cyber. I just made it like a habit. The same way I brush my teeth every day, because this space that we're in, you might still be learning, you might still be teaching people how to set up proper password, like how to set up a strong password. Companies are already using passkeys. Like, things are coming up. These threat actors are doing new things every day. So one thing I do is I get on Spotify and I listen to cybersecurity podcasts. Like, almost every morning I do that. When I'm probably at the gym or I'm just doing some regular morning routine thing, I just play something. I try to listen to cybersecurity podcasts. I try to make sure that I read the news. I follow some newsletters that just pop up news for me, and I just see what is trending and what is going on. Because if you want to be successful in this field, you have to know the trending things. You might not know how to completely implement it, or because knowing the trending things also helps with your brain. Every single time you'll be thinking, like, consciously and unconsciously, you will just be, your brain will always be like active too. You just want to solve things, and is always very curious. So curiosity, like Tayo said, you have to remain curious. And please, we all have different stories. Me, I can be a very gra person, but pace and timing is different for everyone. Pace and timing is different for everyone. We all have our different pace. We all have our different timing. We all have our strengths. We all have our weaknesses. But please make sure that if you are wherever your strength is, make sure you push and you pull and you put in everything to make sure that every single day you achieve something for yourself. As long as you want to be someone in this space, you want to give impact, you want to receive value. Because for you to receive value, let me tell you something, you have to try and give value. You see what Oladayo said when she was talking, network up, network down, network on your level. It's and that's another reason why I created this community, because I want all of us, the networking up down level, we are doing it here. I'm at this community, I'm opening it for the structure also. We are going to, all of us in the community, we are going to create the kind of structure we want. The reason why I make sure that like the messages are, it's just me that can send messages, because I've not really like, I want everyone to be safe, and I don't want people to start dropping weird messages and spam, because we have people from all over the world, from India, from Canada, from UK, from America, like on that WhatsApp group, and I want everybody to still, feel safe and secure. And I really am not so good. I've never done community management or anything. Me, I just know that I want to create a safe space and a good. So if you know you can contribute and volunteer to helping us create better structure for our community, please send me a DM on that same number, because I want us to have to be more interactive on that group. I want, if you know you're writing any kind of exam, or you need a study partner, introduce yourself. I want us to be able to peer, to get our bodies even inside our family. Like, I want us to be able to peer, to have somebody that you say, you see the way Oladayo said, when I was struggling, I had to call my friend, I went to court, and then she took the, I want us to have that person, each of us still inside that place. Like, let us hold ourselves, let us help ourselves, let us do it together. That's what I want. That's what I want for us. Do you understand? That's what I really want for us. I want to see every single one, like everybody in this community, gets the things that they desire to achieve in the cybersecurity space. And in fact, I want us to make Africa the giant of cybersecurity. Like, I want us to make Nigeria, like, let them know that yes, so it might be really tough, because trust me, for Nigerians in cybersecurity, I really, 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 really thumbs up to every Nigerian, every African that is putting in effort, because our money converted to the money they used to write the exam, it's not it's not the same. It's cost, it's very expensive, so those people that are still persevering and are still putting in effort, I'm so proud of every one of us, like so proud. So I want us to show that it's not by certification. I might not have CISSP, but I have value to give, and because I have value to give, I will receive value too. And when I receive value, I will make impact, and when I make impact, they will hear my name. Even if they don't hear my name, they will feel my impact, and the world will know that I am here to what? give value and give impact. And we're standing on business here. We're making it work. We're fighting for this thing that we have already. You've entered though. There's no going back. If you have to cry, you cry. If you have to cry, you cry. But there's no going back. Every single day we put in effort in becoming that person we want to become. And like I said, my ebook, I already put the link there. If you want to know more on how everything is there. Everything is listed there. And also, if you also want to create content, everything, I've gathered everything and I put it in that book. But whether you're getting the book or you're not getting the book, you are still here to receive value. Somebody shout amen and hallelujah. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. So let us start taking questions right about now. So I think in the chat box we have okay, let me see. So you guys can start raising your hands. Let's start. Okay, Amide Joshua, you can go. You can talk about, we're here to listen to you. Please share whatever you need to share. Remember, this is a very vulnerable space. Nobody is judging you or doing anything. Please feel free to ask whatever questions and share whatever you have to share. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Jojo. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and thank you very much for creating this community. It's really a safe space for me. So my question is, I heard about cybersecurity as at this September 2024, but I didn't have a community like this. I didn't have a mentor or anybody telling me about cybersecurity or this. So I didn't really believe in it. Though I was seeing the salary, you need to check information. I was seeing the salary, it was attractive, and I'm a desktop publisher. I work from home, so I have all time to myself. I can do anything I want to do. My question is, I just did the CC exam, I think 1st of July. I did the 6 years exam, but I'm thinking, okay, what can I do next? I'm trying to take some hands-on practice, but I don't even know which site to go to or what to do next. Ahead of I was thinking about jobs and everything. I saw Computer Security Plus. I'm reading for that one currently. But what can I do next? I just need advice from people with experience. Thank you.
Okay, Oladayo, do you have something to say? Temitayo, is there anybody on the group? Okay. I want every other, if you know you're on this call and you can actually answer any question. It doesn't have to be Oladayo or me or Temitayo, please. I need people to actually contribute. Like, I know no matter how little you can offer something. So please, if you know you want to contribute if you know you want to answer his question, you can just type in the chat box that you want to answer, because a lot of people are actually ready, or just unmute yourself and answer his question if you know you have something to contribute, please. Okay, is there anybody that can answer Joshua's question?
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Okay, so okay, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, regarding his question, he just wrote CC exams. Although I wouldn't say I'm that perfect, but from what I've experienced or from what I've learned so far, CC exam CC is more like the generalized aspect of cybersecurity. I think you should discover your niche, discover the area you want to go into in cybersecurity, because cybersecurity is so vast and you won't be able to do everything. The truth is, no one can be a professional or an expert in each of the niches you get. So if you want to go into the offensive part or the defensive part or the governance part, you have to discover your niche. Then from there, you can now start taking professional courses that can aid you. You get. Then you can also apply for internship programs that would help boost your skill. I think from there you're good. And just like what they said, put yourself out there. Keep putting yourself out there. You see people reaching out to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Confidence. Joshua, did that actually answer your question, or do you need more contribution?
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So I saw more hands, but it looks like you guys have lowered it. So please, can we raise our hands again so we can take more questions before we close up the meeting? Okay, Miss King, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So, for me, I'm still doing my internship. It's meaning okay, we are going to finish next month. So, but here now, I started learning something on try hacking. So, I am learning something related to SOC analyst. But all of a sudden, I now started asking myself, like, is it the right time for me to start doing it, or am I going to wait when I finish this 4 months internship? So, like, it's kind of confusing, to be honest. And again, I've seen a lot. If I think, okay, I know this one, next one now I will think I've never even know network segmentation. So I'm now asking, can I be taking all these courses now, like network segmentation, or okay, I heard one you called network configuration, or this thing is like, I will now be asking, which one is this again? Like, say all these courses, do I need to start register for the course on Cisco or something like that? All this thing are easily confusing, to be honest. So that's what I wanted to talk about.
Okay, can I answer Miss King, please?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so when I started my journey 3 months ago, I spoke to my mentor, and then he he prescribed three learning paths for me, right? And they were structured. The first part he told me to go through, and I hear you say something about triacme. So just so you know, the both of us are in the same journey, right? He told me to go through the cybersecurity 101 path, right? So I'm almost done with that. That covers the basics of a lot of things that you need to know, right? It covers networking, it covers Wirecheck, it covers mmap, cryptography, and all of that. Then when you are done with that one, you will now go into security engineering, right? So you would now understand what it entails for you, right, to be a security engineer. When you're done with that, you can now go into SOC level 101. And based on you, if you cover security engineer, that learning part, right, you see that most of the things that you would even encounter in SOC level 101 is already repeated in security engineering or cybersecurity 101. So that way you have a flow, right? So instead of just going through everything. So in cybersecurity 101, like they have paid course, paid sections and free sections, like for the Wirecheck, the cryptography, those ones are paid, but you still have a lot of free rooms that you can get value for, right? And it's quite cheap. I subscribed like yesterday for like about $7. I was able to renew my payments. So, and there are also places that offer free voucher, right? But I don't know about any of those ones. So yeah, from there you could gain structure. And TryHackMe is really good because you have hands-on labs and everything, and you can also connect to it with your remote desktop. So I hope I've been able to answer a bit of question, and you have structure with that, right?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. We are in the same niche. Thank you so much.
So you people have
You're
found
welcome.
yourself. So you people have found yourselves like this. So hold Rejoice tight. Rejoice. Remember,
I
we
bet,
have a
how
brother
will I
now.
reach out? How will I reach out to you, Joyce?
Okay,
On
so
the phone. Yeah.
Rejoice, you can drop your LinkedIn and you guys can connect immediately. You can drop it on the chat box. So anybody that wants to connect with you in the same niche, we're already pairing, and see
Okay.
family and the community. We're coming together already. So thank you so
Okay,
much.
okay, Joan, please, you are here to add me in the community where I can chat.
Okay, I'll add you to the community. It's because we're currently having a meeting. I'm talking with my phone. So let's take the next question. Please, Rejoice, drop your LinkedIn.
Please,
The link.
sorry, I need to add something. Please. Can I add?
Mama.
In fact, see, while we're at it now, and while we are still having this meeting, please, we can all be dropping for those that have not, let's start connecting with ourselves. We are brothers and sisters now. Remember, we have a mission, we have a goal, we are trying to achieve something together. So please start dropping the link to your LinkedIn. Oh yeah, let's all start connecting with ourselves. It has started already. So we are connecting, we are messaging, we are networking. Let's take the next question, please, so that we can have other people talk while we connect.
Okay.
Savior, please. Niskin, you can drop your hand. Savior, okay. Ololade, yes, you went off the last time. You can take the
Yes.
floor. Savior, you go after Ololade. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Oladayo, for the inspiring story, and Miss Jojo too. So my question is about the GRC stuff. Being a cyber lawyer, do I have to really be a lawyer, or I do not need to be a lawyer to be a GRC lawyer? And also, I am just trying to find my footing, like to find a niche. So I've been exploring some other things like SOC, cloud cloud security and all. So I'm really finding it hard to pick a niche. So
Okay, thank you, Ololade. First of
thank
all,
you.
you don't need to be a lawyer to be a GRC professional or a GRC analyst or a GRC specialist or practitioner. You don't need to be a lawyer, right?
Yes,
When it
ma'am.
comes to GRC, like I used to tell people, even GRC as it is, governance, risk, and compliance, is not only restricted to cybersecurity. You will find GRC in other related fields too, because GRC is something that happens in every field. Governance, in law, we are talking about governance. In medicine, we are talking about governance. In engineering, we are talking about governance. We're talking about risk. We're talking about compliance. So every industry has GRC, right? So in cybersecurity, we have the cybersecurity GRC too. When we talk about governance, we are talking about the regulations, the industry practices, the international frameworks, ISO 27001, 27002, ISO 31000, you know those ones, all those ISO family. We have COBIT, we have PCI DSS, we have NIST framework, all those. So that's governance. We are talking about governance in that area, talking about different areas when it comes to governance of cybersecurity. Then risk, we know what risk management is, the whole procedure, the whole processes in risk management. Then compliance, how you comply with all this governance, or how you comply with all this instruments, all these laws, all these regulations. So GRC is in every field. So you don't need to be a lawyer to practice GRC. All you need to understand when it comes to GRC, understand the regulations, understand the industry practices, understand the international standard, if there is any, in that particular field. When it comes to risk, understand what risk management is, understand the processes, how to conduct risk assessment, how to treat risk and all that. And when it comes to compliance, if you don't know the laws, you can't advise your company or your organization to comply with those laws. For you to be able to comply, you need to understand all these regulations and the laws. So GRC is not for just lawyers. Anybody who is interested can do GRC. Just like we have
Thank
cloud security.
you.
Anybody who wants to do cloud security can do cloud security. You don't need a specific background in a thing before you do GRC. So the other question that you asked was around you you've been doing so many things, trying to find your fit, right? Just like I said, to get clarity, you need to keep doing things, right? So as time goes on, you'll definitely find what you want to do. But the thing is, you need to understand your purpose. Why are you doing this? What do you want to achieve? Because it's going to be faster if you have your why, if you have your what, and you have your how. It's going to be faster. So why are you doing this? So with that, you understand, you will be able to find what you want to do. Cybersecurity is wide. Cybersecurity has so many niches, but you can't be a professional in everything, right? Except, although we have people that, due to the number of years that they've spent in cybersecurity, they've been able to test waters. I've seen someone who from GRC has gone into cloud security, has gone into, that's because experience and longevity has availed them that time. But for now, try what you can try. Know what interests you. That's what Cyberlingo will do for you. Cyberlingo, you will try everything. Then you eventually choose what you want to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's no harm in trying. Keep testing waters. Then eventually you would know what you want to do. But you need to figure out what your purpose is. Why are you doing what you are doing right now? because that would hasten you in choosing the eventual niche that you're going to, be in. And who told you that if you do GRC today, you cannot do cloud security tomorrow? No. So you can be a GRC practitioner today, and in the next 3 or 5 years, you are doing cloud security. In the next 4 years, again, you are doing SOC analyst. So it's you're hoping to change, you're hoping to growth. That's just how it is. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you so much, Oladayo. Thank you so much. This space, in fact, it's been amazing, nothing but amazing. Thank you so much. So Xavier, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question or make your contribution.
Okay, thank you, Joan. I first of all want to thank you for this opportunity, to thank Ladayo, Timitayo, and everyone that has made meaningful contributions so far. So mine is a question, and that's because you said we can be vulnerable, right? So this me being honest, I dropped a comment sometime, I think when one of the speaker was talking, and I think Oladayo reacted to it. So I came into cybersecurity and started learning on my own from Coursera to some other courses. Then went did my Computer Security Plus and ISO 27001 lead auditor certification, all of that. And I learned by myself. I didn't have anyone to, hold my hands and all of that. So when I saw this opportunity, this community, I was so excited and I hopped in. So one thing I know about myself is that I love talking, I love teaching, and I love helping people. These are things that I do for free. In fact, I see myself doing even when I'm not asked to do. And here I am in cybersecurity. I know that GRC has a lot of alignments with what I love to do and what I would love to keep doing. But right now, with my background, with the certification, the trainings I've done so far, because finally, another thing I also love is investigations. I love investigative movies. I just love finding out things about seeing things people don't naturally see, right? So I know that I will eventually end up in forensics, just all of that. But from here, from where I am right now, knowing nothing and with what I'm passionate about, how do I work my way through? What next for me? With the certifications I have so far, I don't want to be trying so many things because some of these things that I need to try comes with money. I know how much I've spent so far already, and I know there are free platforms out there and the rest and the rest. I just wish that um, professionals here or people that have more experience than myself can just tell me, okay, this is how far you've come. This is what you should try next. Okay, you know what you're passionate about. You know what you love to do. This is where you fit in here. And eventually, maybe in the next couple of years, you can go into forensic. And if you are to do that, this is what you have to do. That's what you have to do. Because basically, I'm stuck right now. And I have all the time, so to speak. But I don't want to waste it right now. Thank you.
Sylvia, wow. Amazing. I like your question. I like your story. I like what you just said. So let's keep your certifications apart. You mentioned how you love teaching, how you mentioned all these things, and you also talked about you love investigating and all that stuff. So what really is holding you back? You feel stuck, but you actually do have a clear path already. You already know what you enjoy doing. I always tell people, I say, please, when you're coming into cybersecurity, don't do the things you do not enjoy doing, unless, I don't know, you will get tired. You will get tired. You won't be able to continue. You will not be able to do it. It's not about certifications. It's not about the amount of money you've invested. It's about following the path that resonates with you. That's even by two. You see the way you said, teaching is something that, so why don't you start teaching us now? Start learning your forensic stuff and start teaching us, start showing us, start teaching us. I don't know so much about forensics. You, Savior, you love it. You love investigating. Learn something and come and show us. Just that's your assignment for 1 month. Savior, learn something on what you enjoy in cybersecurity, or do a project and then share with us. You don't have to share every day. You can share maybe 2-3 times in a week, but come and teach us. There are so many opportunities. I know somebody that what he does is that he trains, he just teaches people what he knows. That's all, and he makes a lot of money. For you to join his class, the last class he did, I think, was about $500 for each member. So if you really don't even have to work in a company to earn with that. You'll be working at your own convenience. You'll be doing the thing you love. You'll be making money. You'll be making impact. You already have a clear path. I don't know I don't know if I'm making any sense. Is it just me that sees this? Please, somebody help me out here.
You're absolutely right, Joanne.
Just me that
Savior,
Okay,
I
ma.
think Savior, I think you're
Ma,
one of
please.
the those who might even go extinct soon, because what you love to do, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. I mean, based on what you said, I can see that you're very good with the blue team, the threat analyst. You're talking about forensics. We have very few people doing that. You're talking about teaching, which means you can go into being a security awareness. You're talking about being a cybersecurity evangelist or something like that. You can even be a consultant aside being a forensics. So one thing I would just say,
consultant.
so one thing I would just say is, you know what, Savior, pick one for now. Maybe give yourself 3 months. Pick one of them, because you can do so many things, and I think you're a multi-potential, like people who can do so many things. The problem about us is we get easily what's the word, we need focus. So one thing you need more than anything now is focus. Okay, so one thing I would advise you to do, pick one of those things that you're good at, do it every day for the next 3 months. If it's something you really want, you would know. If it is not, move to something else, just like Oladayo. See, and then you said you have time. Oh my God, Savior, you have time. I want to believe you have the resources, because you've been taking a lot of courses. I mean, just give it your all, and in a year, you'll be able to know what exactly you're meant to do. That would be my advice.
Okay, can I say something, please?
Please go ahead, Rejoice.
Okay, so I think I understand him, right? I understand where he's coming from. Now he knows all of this, but where he's just lost, right? So I would suggest something for you, right? There was this project I did some years ago, and I was in product management. I was also trying to explore where I wanted to be. So through there, they introduced us to where we get worldwide mentorship, right? It's free of charge. They have paid people, and then they have free people to who would mentor you for free. If you tell them where you at personally, okay, this is where I am, I want to start, I don't know where to start from, this is I've been able to do. What do I do with this? They'll tell you, okay, work on this project, do this, do that. So he's looking for a sense of direction. He has all of these things, but he's lost. So what I would suggest is I'll write the name of the site there, so that you could go there. Every other person too should go there. You would see them in security engineering. You can get a one-on-one mentorship with anybody in the world. They don't have to be Nigerians. They could be from any part, and this people will carry your dream. So with all your certifications that you've done, and with everything that you've done, you are feeling lost. You need someone that will hold your hands and tell you this is where you should go, right? So I would put the list there. You go, you book a section. I can even recommend you to even book my own mentor, because my mentor is a Cisca, right? He's at the top of his career, and he knows, and he's been there before. He's gone through the SOC analyst. He's gone through the old threat hunting, incident response, and the DFIR. DFIR is a very long-term thing, because that's where I aim to be to in the next 10 years. So from SOC analyst, you have to start from SOC analyst to incident response to DFIR. So yeah, that's what I would do for you. So I could also recommend you could book my own mentor. He would tell you, okay, since you've done all of these things, and one thing you should start doing now is building projects. Certifications are good, they are nice, but you need to apply all of these things and start putting yourself out there. So yeah, seek mentorship. You could go there, you get the person that will hold you by your hand, and somebody you could be accountable to, somebody who is at the hem of his career. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Seek mentorship. seek mentorship and put yourself out there. Mentorship is great to have a mentor, but if you don't play your own part, I'm sorry, it's a no. So
Let
your
me
own
just add
part
one
that you have
thing.
to. Okay.
Yes. Thank you for everyone that's answered the question. Top-notch answers. Savior Isaac, I totally understand you. See, when you mention teaching, I will always say this: there is no course or profession that does not need a teacher. We have people in GRC that can't even teach people GRC. Like, for me, to me, I believe teaching is like a calling for some people. So if that is what you want to do, or that is what you love to do, there are so many ways that you can achieve this. Even before you start going big into maybe consulting, maybe all those things, before you start going big, why don't you start with your community on LinkedIn or Instagram or Twitter? Set up your camera. If you're not a shy person, teach people concepts. Joanne does that. I do that. Teach people concepts. Break it down. That's what defines a teacher. They're able to add concepts. They break it down into something simple, and you feel like, so this is what I'm trying to understand. So those concepts that professionals are finding it hard to break down, because some people, they know what they want to teach you, they know how it is, but to break it down for other people to understand it, they don't know it. So we leave it to teachers like you, or they leave it to teachers like you. I love teaching too. So you leave it to teachers like you. Why don't you sit down, do something? Don't be scared. Don't feel like people won't accept me. If it's to start a webinar, you want to teach people, you love to do it. Start a webinar, 30-minute webinar, 30-minute session, somebody that's just starting out. Why don't you do that? So instead of trying to wait till everything becomes big, you want to make it on a professional level. No, you start from somewhere. Start from somewhere. Set up your camera. If it is writing, sit down, write articles, publish them. Whether academic article, whether normal article, create a blog post, do something. Start from there. So if it is data forensic, who told you can't teach data forensic? You can teach data forensic. If that's a way you can fuse those two together. You love to teach, you love data forensic. Teach data forensic. Let us learn. I know a little bit about data forensic, but I don't mind if I have a teacher that will come and tell me, okay, this is how to do this. Do it. So don't limit yourself. You already, like John said, you have a clear path. And when Timothy was talking, I could feel I was snapping my finger like this, like she's getting it. You have all the time. So why not? Give it a try. Who says you can't fail? When you try and you fail, try again. If it is GRC, try. And if it doesn't work, try another thing. So that's just what I will tell you. You have everything figured out, but you are still you don't have the confidence yet to take that action. And the confidence starts in your room. Starts if it's camera, set up that camera, record, teach us. If it is writing, publish the article, write it. We want to read, we want to learn. So I hope you get the confidence that you need to do all these things.
Yes, please. Thank you so much. I appreciate the response.
Okay, Savior, thank you so much for being vulnerable. Thank you so much. Because somebody just actually put an opportunity on the chat board, and I think this person is trying to talk to you. So Moses Okonkwo, please unmute yourself. There's already opportunity coming through here. Unmute yourself and share whatever you have to with us, please.
Exactly.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Moses. I'm a computer science student at the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, Enugu State. Okay, in my department, computer science, there's few of cybersec people there, and I am few of my friends still learning cybersecurity on the 100 level, and I've learned a lot. We've been learning mostly theory because we don't have much time for practicals, and I do some practicals too with Kali Linux and the rest of them. So my friend came to me and told me that we should hold a boot camp and let's see how we can teach other people around us. We did the first one that was mostly on WhatsApp. That one went well. So this month we head on that one again, but it's still ongoing. But now it's time for main practicals like do some escalation of privilege of users. So that one is giving me a lot of stress to put them through in that aspect. and I've been stuck. And secondly, I've been confused in this cybersecurity whole thing. It's because I feel that what am I supposed to be doing here? What actually is my purpose? What is my goal? I love building. I love making things. So I feel like let's just come looking at the system and be doing Wireshark, Nessus, and port scan every time. What else can I do? How can I make this more effective? Due to I love building, okay, I can't build a full software for now. I'm still learning how to program. So I said, what else can I do to make this cybersecurity align to my purpose, which is building? So I'm in the direction and help in this aspect. Thank you, Ma, for this space. It's really, really helpful. I've been down for a long time now. Like, I have not heard this kind of talk for a while. It's really so uplifting. Thank you so much, Ma.
Oh, Moses, you're so welcome. And thank you so much to everybody. Moses, thank you for being here. And thank you once again to everyone. Okay, to answer your question on building, there's something called collaboration, right? You have a, from what you just said now, if you like to build, then you have a very innovative mindset. Now, there are so many problems in the cybersecurity space, and there are a lot of, if you like to build, look at one of those problems and come up with a solution. I am actually working on a project that requires programmers. I don't program, I don't write programs. Requires somebody that is very good with AI and all that stuff. And I have no idea how to go about this thing. But guess what I did? I went on LinkedIn and I started looking out for people in this area, and I started messaging them. And right now I have 2 people on my team that are working with me on this project, and it's something that's gradually small is coming together. So if you like to build, you do have you have a very innovative mindset. Why don't you go and look for people that do not mind building with you also? And I'm very grateful that you just shared that you're stuck. Savior, you really like to teach. Sorry, please excuse me. Should have silenced this phone. So Savior, you really like to teach, and from your experience with certifications, I'm sure you have a lot of knowledge also. So I think you and Moses can do something together. There might be no money factor involved right now, but it can become something really big. You guys can actually take it, and make it become something really big. Is there any other person that wants to contribute to what Moses has said, maybe to answer any of his questions? Because I don't want to be the only one talking. I want us to, help out too. If you have anything to say to Moses, please, you can just go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay, so can you guys hear me? Because I feel like...
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So anybody that wants to collaborate with Moses, put your LinkedIn. I think you already did that, so we can connect with Moses, and then we can we can help him make what he has already started. That's very big. It's something that you might see as nothing, but trust me, it is something, because we all started from somewhere. We all started from the very little place that we thought was nothing, that with consistency and perseverance became something. So if you started hosting boot camps for university students, guess what? UNN, you're not restricted to UNN. Go to Futo. Do something with Futo students. Message Futo students on LinkedIn. Message students in Uniport. Message students in IMSU. Oh, I've started this boot camp and I do this. And I would like to do some of this with, if you have Futo students that are interested in cyber, they can come on my boot camp. They can, you can do a free one at first. Collaborate with more people that want to also be a part of something like this. And because one thing about teaching people and giving out value is that there's no how. Even if money does not enter your hand, you too, you will gain value. It's not always about money. In fact, when it comes to cybersecurity, just keep that money mindset one side. The first time I even ever made money from on my own is I didn't even expect it. I didn't really put money factor aside. My father used to always ask me, this cybersecurity that you're doing, that you're not going to work, you're just every day putting camera, talking about cybersecurity, making us, your family members, still learn what we don't even know about, and that's the only thing you're going about. When will you start making money from it? But when the first money came, they're like, oh, and guess what? My parents are like my biggest supporters now. Anything I say I want to do, you see them say, okay, how do we make it happen? So please, let's make sure that we hold on to our dreams, and we hold on to whatever thing we think can actually work. Share with people. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. That thing is not just talk, please. It is real. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. And there's nobody, I don't think there's anybody that you reach out to that is, yes, people will say no. Let me even say that too. Yes, please. Let me not talk as if it's everybody that will agree with you. But so many people will say no to you. So many people will say they don't have time. But guess what? So many people still have time too, and so many people are still curious like you, and so many people too want to try things. So please, let's always try to. Don't get tired because you asked one person and one person said no. And moreover, it's LinkedIn, it's email, it's message. They're not seeing your face. What's the worst that can happen? I always tell myself that. In fact, this evening I still said it to Oladayo when I was talking about us doing something together, and I said, sis, we'll try it, right? What's the worst that can happen? Carry that mindset. Carry it on your head. What is the worst that can happen? I'm not a preacher. I'm not a pastor, but actually, what is the worst that can happen? Have you sat down to just think about it? What is the worst that can happen? No. Right? No. And no. And so there will be somebody else that will say yes and say yes a million times to you. So please, let's keep pushing. Let's keep helping each other. Let's keep evolving. Let's keep being better people. Thank you all so much. So any other person that has it, okay, so many hands are lifted here. Joy, you've lifted your hand since. Joy Young, please unmute yourself and talk to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So I really don't know if this is a direct question, but I know I'm going to definitely get an advice from this platform. So I'm totally new to everything. I actually graduated as a medical laboratory science student and looking to transitioning into cybersecurity. I don't know. I'm new to everything entirely. And I was advised, or I was told that I need networking fundamentals and networking knowledge in order to probably that's my first step to take. So I paid for a networking course and I'm currently taking it. I'm currently taking the course. I don't know. Going ahead after the networking course, I really don't know what next. And I don't know if I'm supposed to pay anybody in all these tech schools or something like that to go ahead with the cybersecurity stuff. I just need an advice generally, and because everything is new and I don't know.
Well, before anybody says anything, let me just tell you something. Again, see, before you start paying, I always advise, before you start paying, make sure you're already making money from that particular thing before you start paying. Because there are so many free courses online that you don't even need to pay. There's so many free courses online, right? I don't know what value you're getting from that course, but I will say this, and I used to say it unapologetically because it is working for me. It has worked for me. I didn't pay for any course in cybersecurity until I started making money from it. That's just how it is. That thing must have fed me. It must have been, putting some money in my pocket before I start paying for any course or certification. Material it's too plenty. I was still talking to Gordon about so many material, which one to choose. There are so many materials online, many communities that are free, right?
Please share with us.
Before you start paying, I'm not saying you can't pay. I've started paying now. I've started paying now, but I'm saying that especially if you are still starting out, you don't have much money. Imagine your pocket money, you're using it to pay for course, right? So there are many materials out here that you can learn for free. I've mentioned Forage. There are many courses on Forage. Cybery. One of my mentees is using Cybery. She even told me that there is a lab on Cybery. I was like, wow. So there is even lab on Cybery. Try Acme too. There are some free platforms. LinkedIn is also free. LinkedIn Learning. You can still subscribe. You can still get some courses, access to some courses for free on LinkedIn. People are also sleeping on YouTube. People are sleeping on YouTube. When you go on YouTube, there are thousands of videos about cybersecurity. Whatever niche, there are thousands of videos. Don't sleep on YouTube. Coursera, there are many. There was one I did a training on ISO 27001 and all that. Advisory. We have Coursera, Advisera. Yeah, that's what they call it. They are free. So before you start paying, you're not even exhausted the free ones. You start paying. No. Enjoy the free ones first. Once you enjoy that free ones and something is already coming in little by little, then you can now boldly go and start paying. Because imagine you've paid for some courses and after payment, just imagine. See, do you know how many years or months it took Joanne to make her first money in cybersecurity? The same thing me. The same thing most of the professionals are saying. So imagine they've gone to start paying for courses and they're expecting the money to come quickly. And they are surprised that money did not come quickly. They will get discouraged. And I think that's where so many rookies are getting it wrong. Because most of them have gone to pay money, so they're expecting it to come back quickly. It's not affiliate marketing that, when you pay in some months or some weeks, if you are sharp, you start getting your money. So it's not affiliate marketing, please. So except you have so much fun, like you are probably a big man's child or a big woman's child, or you yourself, you be big person, you can pay. But for we that we started on a struggling note, we did not pay, and we are still doing fine. We are still standing strong. So yours is to identify platforms that are sound. And this community is providing you that. From what I've heard so far, Joanne has been sharing platforms that you can learn cybersecurity. Most of this platform, it is either she has learned from them or she has someone that has learned from them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So recognize all this platform, register for them. And I know that people tend to misuse free things, right? But you that you know what you are looking for, you don't misuse free things. You don't misuse free things, okay? So before you start paying, enjoy the thousands and millions of free materials online. Enjoy it. And another way that you can get all these free materials, aside from the platform that I've mentioned, when you follow all these top people there are some things that I've gotten. There are some platforms that I got to know through Dr. Ereti. There are some platforms I got to know through Miss Confidence Stefley. Follow them. Even your colleagues that you're learning together with, some of them have platforms that you have not heard before. Follow your colleagues to connect with them. When they share posts, there was one I actually asked. She did a certification course. I went to meet her. Babe, Alpha, how did you get this course? How did you get this certification? She told me, and it was free. I went to register too. So there are so many free things that you can explore for now before you start paying for things, because there are so many things you're going to pay for in cybersecurity. There are so many things, and they are, when John said they are expensive, So be reserving your money for now for those big things and be enjoying the free ones that you have, okay? So that's what I'm going to advise you on. Xavier said he wants to say something. Okay, Xavier, you can have.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, Oladayo. Just to add to what you said, like I want to give an example. I think when I was talking, I said I have all the time, and I mentioned some certifications. It's not because I have the money. Like my last can I carry OP, but I didn't know what Oladayo just said. I didn't know. So it's a good thing that those that does not have my experience are learning this now. Just an example, when I was studying for my Computer Security Plus, I went on Udemy and bought courses, only for me to go and do my research. Like I now decided to research on the course. I didn't have anyone around me. I didn't know anybody that was on the path. That was before I even started following Joanne on LinkedIn. In fact, I started posting on LinkedIn after the certification exams. I didn't leverage all these platforms. So one of those days I decided to do research. I went on Reddit. I spent, I think, the whole night doing research, reading people's feedback and the rest. In the comment section, that was when I started seeing people sharing resources and I discovered that I realized that there were sites that had more better, more richer resources than the ones I paid for. Then I now saw one Professor Mesa on YouTube. That was how I discovered Professor Mesa on YouTube. Now, the course I bought on Udemy, Professor Mesa had those courses for free on his channel, like free, the videos and everything free. That one I discovered it the night to my exams, whereas I had already paid for these other. So yeah, had I known all of that, I would have just leveraged on all of those platforms and not have to spend that money and still get my certification. The second example is just, I think 2 weeks ago, I got access to LinkedIn Premium because someone shared on her status and I messaged her. I realized that it was free. I just needed to do one 3 MTT course like that on AI, blah, blah, blah. It was not even up to 2 hours. And I got LinkedIn Premium for 1 year. Those of us that are using LinkedIn Premium, we know how much that would cost. How much would I have had to, or how long would I have had to wait before I now do LinkedIn Premium? So those are the two examples with my own experience to corroborate with what Olada you just said, that there are thousands of resources that I wish I knew that. I've already exhausted the money that I have. In fact, part of the reasons why I'm kind of exhausted, I'm feeling down because I don't spend all the money finish, work I no get. Then I can't discover, say, all these resources that I spent to get, then they free. Some of them are richer, better, more structured. So please, leverage on the free resources, get all the experience that you need to get, and then you start paying when you start making the money. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Savio. Please, anybody that has the 3 MTT link can put it here. I'll also put it on the group because I saw the opportunity. Please, let's drop it in the chat. Let's drop it, please. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, I do have a prayer meeting by 8 p.m. and honestly, I want us to have more. Hey, God, there are still more people raising up their hands. John Collins. Okay, so we'll just take John Collins and Ezekiel so we can close. I dey pray. I no go pray. Hey, I dey pray, please. I'm a cybersecurity analyst with a big place for Jesus. Okay, so let's take John Collins and Ezekiel, and we can wrap up for tonight. Thank you. John Collins, are you there? Please unmute yourself. I don't think he's here anymore. Okay, he has dropped his hands. Ezekiel, how about you? Do you still have something to say?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jojo. I really appreciate this kind of platform, and I also appreciate those great people you brought on the platform to give us edge up on this cybersecurity journey. For me, I'm a newbie in this cybersecurity. I started my cybersecurity last year with TechHush Bootcamp it's a scholarship program like that. It's a 3-month scholarship. So after that, I did this because I'm a redeemer. This thing, the DSA incubator that Pastor Adeboye brought out was I was able to apply for it and I got granted. So I just finished that also. It's also a 3-month and we did a project, and the project was leverage on digital forensics and network connectivity. So we just finished that. So what I'm trying to say is that I also did this forage that Mrs. Oladayo spoke about. I did forage with MasterCard. I did forage with Tata. I also did forage with another company like that, like 3 virtual internship like that. And also I just finished a particular internship with Redinos. Redinos is a red team. It's a red team in India. It's a remote internship. where I did a project on web security and network traffic, monitoring network traffic with Wireshark, and I was able to check on suspicious website with HTTP and all. But my these things that so with what I explained now, I've tested the non-technical cybersecurity. I've also tested the technical cybersecurity. I study mechanical engineering actually, but I really don't know where to just sit on. I am not that good in technical aspect, but if technical expert come, I will try my possible best and do it by calling one or two friends and all. I will shall do something, I will submit my project. But and the virtual internship I did with Forage like 3, I was able to do some research on lead auditor and all like that. So I like research actually. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. But I'm just studying. I'm just like still studying every day. I'll just bring out my laptop and I will do something every day like that. I will do something. But I don't really know where I'm just facing, but I'm just like doing something. I'm not just sitting. I'm just doing something, but I don't know where to just like face on. Is it the non-technical aspect or is it the technical aspect? So that's it. I just want people to just put me on my lane. I don't want to like be on this lane, go on this lane, be on this. I just want to face my lane. If it's Abuja, I'm going to, or if it's Kaduna, I'm going to. Thank you very much.
Please, who has something to say to Ezekiel? I can see so many people saying stuff on the chat box already.
So what I have to say is that he has literally done a lot and still there's no sense of direction. What I have to say is that you have to find your strength, right? Because doing all of these things is awesome. I am inspired, but find your strength. Now, one thing about finding your strength is also about comfort zone. You need to understand that you thinking that technical part is not good for you may just be you not getting too comfortable with the non-technical part. So right now, what our advice is find your strength, find a soft landing with the non-technical parts that you are comfortable with. At least get your feet in the door, and then when you are there, over time you evolve so you don't get stuck in one place because you're comfortable. So first of all, start with what you are very good at, right? Leverage on your strength. Over time you start to build so you don't get too comfortable. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rejoice, for that insight. That was what I was actually going to. That's the same thing I was going to say. Oladayo, do you have any advice for Ezekiel? And I like the fact that you're very honest with yourself. Oh. He says, I don't like the technical part. I love that honesty. So Oladayo, please.
You see, when Miss Timitayo was saying something about someone being multi-talented, I think that's somebody like this my honest and brilliant guy. I seriously do admire that strength. But you said something that actually caught my attention. You said you love research. And maybe most people think that all it is about cybersecurity is just be a SOC analyst, be a JS analyst, be a kiniko. No. We have cybersecurity researchers. Yes. So if that is what you love to do, and in fact, before I even say more about that, but who told you that you can't even create a niche for yourself in cybersecurity? Who said that it must have to be that niche that is already known in the industry? You are that niche. Whatever it is that you love, create it. Joanne is doing something for herself. She does not need to be restricted to I'm a consultant or I'm a jazz analyst. No. So if you love research so much, why don't you explore that? There are people, cybersecurity needs researchers, right? You know a little about offensive and defensive part of cybersecurity. Conduct researches. Researches can even be into the future. Who said you cannot set pace or go ahead and bring out something for people and be like, in the next 5 years, based on my research in this offensive part of cybersecurity, this is what I foresee. That's you know what I'm saying? So you can actually make use of what you're doing, that defensive and offensive part that you have learned something for. But you knowing that research is what you love to do more. Why don't you research? Why don't you go into it fully? Research in that offensive part that you know something, research in that non-technical part that you know something. Come up with a solid article, a solid report, work with people. Do send cold DMs to professionals that are in that field. Go to their DM on LinkedIn. I did this and that and this and that. This is what I have. You can't say they might actually be looking for somebody who has such deep insight. They can just bring you up on a project. Let's do this together. That's just how it works. So you can actually find something for yourself from both ends that you have learned from. If research, because that's what I heard that stood out for me. You said you love research. If it is research that you love, then leverage on research from those understanding that you already have or experience you already have from those areas, the non-technical and technical parts. Research, which is what you love, what you love, research from this end and bring out something. That's what I will tell you. No knowledge is a waste. No knowledge is a waste at all.
Amazing. Ezekiel, I hope you were able to get something from all that's been said from Rejoice and Oladayo. I hope you've been able to. So because of my other meeting, John Collins, please let's just take your own, and so I can say a few things and then we can close for today. Thank you. John Collins, please unmute yourself.
Okay. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes. Good evening.
Okay. Firstly, I would like to thank you for this opportunity and also thank the other speakers and all. So I'm a computer science student in COOU Uli, and I'm currently on my IT. So while I was on this IT period, I was looking for something new to learn, because I wanted to go into software engineering. That's the programming aspect. Then with my research, I found it was kind of oversaturated and all. Then my friend suggested cybersecurity, and he also sent a Telegram link to me with some courses and all. But the courses were looking too confusing and all. So some weeks ago, I saw one of your posts on LinkedIn. That's if you were to start cybersecurity again, how you'd have started it. Then I saw you made mention of Try Hack Me. That was how I saw it. Then I started following you up on OSHA. Then I got here. So I'm still confused on the niche and all. I don't know if it's still too early for me to find the niche, and also you also made mention of a study partner and stuff. So I was asking if I can get one and all that. Yeah.
Okay, John Collins, to answer your question, thank you so much also for joining this community.
Thank you.
Thank you. So for study partner, for getting a study partner, definitely we're going to structure our group better, and when it comes to finding your niche, please take your time, explore, like Oladayo said, explore. You see the way Ezekiel he did a lot of things, and he was honest himself and said, one thing I like is research, and I know that I don't like technical stuff. But for him to know he does not like technical stuff, he had to try it. Me, before I decided that it's GRC I want to do, even though I know I've always been in technical field, there's no technical stuff that my brain cannot do. It's just that I want to. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Please, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
And the fact that I have decided that this is what I want to do, and this is how I want to position myself, and that's why I work based off on that. So please, Collins, take your time, try things, and then figure out where you want to be and stick to that. But first of all, test the waters, and take your time, please. Don't rush because you're saying another person is Johnny is this one is posting every day. I did it. Please don't let any other person. You can gain strength in the sense that let them motivate you, let it inspire you, but don't let it make you feel under pressure or overwhelmed. Take your time, figure out where you want to be, and then push for that. And for collaboration, for partnership, is there anybody right now that wants to actually be his partner, his study partner? If there is, you can unmute yourself and you can get to meet each other. If not, I'm still going to create room for that, where all of us can get our own person from the community that we can push with. So yeah, anybody wants to make any other contribution, please? Okay, so since nobody else is talking, thank you guys so much. Thank you. In fact, my heart is filled with so much joy. I'm so happy that we did this and we did it well, and everybody got something. And we'll still get more things. Please, like I said, feel free to connect with each other. Feel free to message me anytime. Feel free to message Olada. Let me speak on her behalf. Feel free to message Oladayo anytime. Feel free to message Temitayo anytime and every time you want to. Please, these people are here to help you. And thank you guys again once more. My book, I've already put the link, and I think I pinned it for people that didn't join early. Somebody is asking for someone's my LinkedIn. Is it my own LinkedIn? Whose LinkedIn do you want? Please let us all put our LinkedIn link so that nobody has to ask for that. So my book is available. You can order, and then the book is called You Are the Niche. That's the name of my ebook. You Are the Niche. And you can pre-order it. As a pre-order, you can order it, and you can gain all the value that is. I put it all together for those people that want to know how I start getting opportunities, how I start attracting opportunities, how I positioned myself, what I did, how I overcame imposter syndrome, how I manage collaborations and partnering with people. And please, I'm also open to partnership. Like, if you have any idea, we might not be able to work on it immediately, but we can still do something together. So whether you feel like you're still starting, you're a newbie, as long as you have that vision, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm very much open to creating things and creating opportunities and building things. So please, that's what I'm about. That is what I am about, and that is what I stand for. So please, any collaboration at all, also feel free to reach out to me. I'm very much open to that. And like I said, You Are the Niche, building a cybersecurity career that attracts opportunities, is available for you to order. You can order and you can get every information that you need. If you also want to contribute to the community, if you want to volunteer, if there's any skill you can bring to the table for us to manage this our community, because we need to manage it well. I know I don't have, my strength is not really there, and I don't really understand how community management goes. But if you can contribute anything, please feel free to message me and let's make it work. If there are any tools or anything that I can do or put in place to make things better, please feel free. Remember, it is our community, it is our village, it is our family. We own it together, please. It's not because there's cyber talks with Jojo in front of it. We are the owners of this community. It's free and it's open for us to drop resources, to contribute, to collaborate, to partner, and to grow. So thank you all so much once again, and I really do appreciate. With this meeting was supposed to end, it was just for 1 hour 30 minutes, but we spent over 3 hours, and I'm so grateful, and I'm really, really grateful. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Joanne, for inviting me. Thank you, everyone. It was a good time with you all. Thank you.